And we are back here once again with another episode of the MSK Show, and this is going to be episode 83. And in this episode of the MSK Show, I am going to be having a conversation with content creator and upcoming indie comic book creator, Mr. Mugen Lord. So he had two first appearances on my other podcast that I did, was called the Iron Man podcast. But as you guys know, comic books and their retcons, I had to kind of retcon those appearances out of existence. They still exist. They still exist. You got to go look for them, but they still exist. You got to go through a bunch of different number ones and shit like that to get there. But this is going to be his first time on this show, and I thought it was good to have him on as a first appearance again before he launches his indie comic book company, because we can get his perspectives before he does it versus after. Because usually, sometimes I'll bring people on, and the before is like, oh my God, I'm so nervous and overwhelmed. I don't know how it's going to go. Till the afterwards being like, oh yeah, it was fine. Nothing really bad happened. It's like, all right, I guess. What's crazy is you actually had all that shit planned already in advance. You were like laying the groundwork for this like forever. You know, you said you're artist. You and her have a great relationship. She understands what you want out of her as far as like a character design or how to bring the character to life. And, you know, you're a big fan into like obviously Mugen. My friend here loves Mugen. He's obsessed with it. I was like, what is the obsession with making a bunch of characters and having them fight in some big sort of like multiverse? Where I'm like, oh, okay, because he'll literally spend all day programming a Mugen character. Like whoever he created this fucking hell's the devil Ronald McDonald, and he was mega OP to the point where no attacks could kill him except for like the Homer Simpson, who was some sort of also the devil. And I was like, what's wrong with you? You're mentally deranged.
Yeah, bro. The thing that I think the reason why people gravitate, especially me, when it comes to Mugen and everything, I have this creative. I'm just a creative person. I like to create things, and I have that creative itch that I'm just trying to just scratch. Yeah. So the first, like, anytime I'm able to actually express myself and my creativity, I jump all over it, especially when it comes to creatives like engines and softwares that allow me to be able to express that. That's why with this whole comic thing, it just came like natural to me, because even when I was young, when it came time to, like, when I was in 5th grade, our teacher, Miss Warren, she would have us like after lunch come in, and she'd hand out the journals and everything. And she said, hey, like, this is journal time. You can write or create whatever story or whatever you want in this journal, and you have to get in front of the class and share it or whatever. So I was like, oh man. So this was my time to actually just like, okay, it's time to let loose. You know what I'm saying? To let loose of what, you know, what's in my mind, what's in my brain and stuff. And that's where how the like VK, which is my comic book series, and many other ideas that I had came from 5th grade in journal time. I had like, it was like the very beginning of this stuff. I used to write this stuff down and then get in front of the class. We got graded on it too, or whatever. I get in front of the class and start talking about it. People would laugh and stuff because of how animated I am, the ideas that I have and stuff like that. But that was pretty much the origin of like Venus Orion in general. It wasn't Venus Orion Comics. It was Venus Orion at first, until I decided to just go into this whole direction with comics and everything. But Mugen was the same way for me. Like, I'm able to just go in there and just be able to create whatever stories I want, dream matches, combinations. Also with RPG Maker. RPG Maker was the first creative tool that I have ever had. My father had bought it for me for the PS1, and then eventually once I got my very first PC that my parents bought me, then I just went crazy with RPG Maker. And I also have the RPG in mind too. I'm gonna have my own anthology RPG series. That's kind of like how Final Fantasy is. Each game is a different story. Same thing I'll be doing with that. It's called Galenia. So Galenia, I have like 8 stories, 8 different games already just outlined and stuff like that. So when I actually get into game development, which that's the whole point of this Venus Orion Comics too, I eventually want to get into open a game studio, which is Venus Orion Games and stuff like that. But yeah, RPG Maker, Mugen, and then once I found out I'm able to create my own hentai, that's what got me into creating hentai. And it's not the fact that it's porn; it's the fact that I'm able to create whatever's in my head. I'm actually able to create it. I just love to create shit. Give me a pencil, give me whatever, or give me something. I'm going to go to work. That's just how I am, you know. So it just came natural.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that like I know you have proofs of your Venus Orion stuff already, Do you have a full floppy ready? Like as far as like you can go through it and
through? Yeah, definitely. Thanks.
Yeah, because you showed it on Renown stream. I wanted to show it off here for the people because it looked pretty good for as far as like the first try going out.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, my whole plan before I show it, the whole plan that I wanted to do was, when I sat down and thought about it, I said, how am I going to make this approach? How am I able to be able to sell these comics or push these comics out? Because I really want people to see what's in my head. I want to share the love that I have and passion that I have for Venus and Ryan comics, the characters and everything that I established and stuff. I said, what is the best way or how I'm going to approach this? Now, the thing is, I always heard horror stories of crowdfunding, like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and stuff like that. There's one YouTuber. He's a big YouTuber. I can't remember his name. I used to watch him because he used to just cover horror stories of crowdfunding and everything. So when I got into like how I'm able to distribute this stuff, I was saying that I would only have to do is do crowdfunding, but I don't want to come to my audience and say, hey, give me money so I can get the product made or whatever. And then, with this whole crowdfunding stuff, some people wait months to even years before they even get the product and stuff. And then people say, where's my money? Like, what's going on? I gave you my money. And I didn't want that type of pressure on me. I like because people feel entitled, and they damn well should if they're giving you their money to you and stuff.
Makes sense.
So I didn't want that pressure on me where I'm asking you for money and stuff. And did that mean every day you're going to be asking me? That means I would feel the pressure getting on stream, and people keep asking me, "Hey, man, like when is the book coming? When is the book coming and stuff?" I don't want to go through that. So I said, "All right, I'm going to just cut all this out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my money and just upfront the money, to be able to get the book done, and then once the book done, and then I'll start a Kickstarter and say, hey, this is a pre-order campaign and everything." So that's what ended up happening. So this right here is the first series to my Venus Orion Comics universe. VK, Variant Killers, Vampire Killers. This is the base cover for this book. Yes, there are variant covers for this. The starting price for this is $15, and I'll get into more of the details in a second. And to show you guys that it's legit, that this is it's not just a cover and a back, but there is some things inside of here, which you can see right here, as you can see, and everything. My artist, man, like Jessica, she's done a really, really good job with the artwork and everything. And
I wanted to tell you, it feels very Image comic style.
Oh yeah. Most definitely. Like, the thing was, I didn't want to. I grew up with, how can I say it? The type of art style I wanted to go for is I grew up with Western comics and everything, and the later half of my life, I love anime. I watch more anime than anime based entertainment more than I watch Western based entertainment. So I decided to say, you know what, I would like to have like a marriage between East and West, and then just bring it all together. And I want like this anime type style. That's why when I show people this, people get surprised. Say, "Oh, so you're not going Western?" I was like, "No, like I really want to go more of like an anime or like a manga type style when it comes to this." But Jessica, I met her on Fiverr, and she was just the artist I was looking for. Just something about her style that really really stood out. But yes, this is the base cover right here. There's a total of 4 covers.
Okay.
And each cover goes up by 5. So let me put this back here.
I think it was the one I saw on his stream when you guys did that episode recently on his stream. I think the second one is the one I was gonna get. It's a $20 one. I think it's
this is a $20 one. This is right here. This is a $20 one.
Yeah, it was that one. That one looks great.
Yeah, of the main character Hezekiah Draven, but the vampires call him Young Wrath. He goes by Young Wrath. That's his alias, Hunter alias. But yes, what I wanted to do is I wanted to do like a theme with the covers and everything. Like all the cover Bs, especially like for like VK, it's going to be like a portrait of a character. So those who like the cover Bs, you'll be able to collect the different cover Bs that have the different portraits of different characters when I drop each chapter and everything. So yes, this is cover B and everything. Jessica did a really, really, really good job with this. And also on my stream, everybody liked this one. I like this one too, but I was really surprised the monochrome cover C right here.
Oh
This
no way, man!
25.
Cover A and cover B. If you don't choose cover B, you're trolling, man. They're actually running it down in their brain. That's sprinting that shit.
Yeah.
That one, I can understand. That
Yeah.
manga art style right there is what a lot of the more modern manga have on the Shonen Jump app. I can see why. That you probably those are probably people that are reading the current manga. I've seen that style before. It's not bad, but there's no way anyone chooses that over Kirby. No way, man. They're
I don't know.
You.
Well, a lot of people keep saying it reminds them of was it Cowboy Bebop? For some reason, the what's it called? The something blues. I forgot what it was called, but people love this one. Everybody said, yo, I want to get this one. But what I love about this cover is like my artist. That's what I love about her. Like she's very passionate about her artwork and what she loves and stuff and everything. So when we talk about covers, she was already excited about covers. So she said, look, I have an idea of something I really wanted to do. And this is something that she came up with. And like I said, I had that much like faith and I give her a lot of creative freedom and stuff. I'm not a person who's like, no, I don't want this and this, that, and the other. I give my artists some room to be able to breathe, to be able to express, their creativity and stuff like that. And 9 times out of 10, it always hits. It always works. But the thing that really got me about this cover was the fact is that when you turn in the back, she also drew the back part of young Raph himself in the back. Like I'm like, oh wow, there's attention to detail. So the front of him, and then you got the back of them right here with the summary of the book itself and everything. So I was like, man, so this woman did a really, really good job. And then cover D, which is 30. This cover, we wanted to go. I thought of a theme that I wanted to do, and this will be the theme for VK for every cover D. And right here, I have to take this one right here. This is cover D. This is more like one of those like a manga approach. But the thing about this cover is when you open it up, it makes a full picture right here.
Oh, I actually going for the full double page spread on the front to back.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's So that's what we wanted to go with. And not only that, it's also with this theme, what I wanted to do is that I wanted to like foreshadow events either in the chapter or future events. So there will be like clues and hints and everything like that. Since this is the first chapter and you're just getting into this the clue or I guess you say the hint is like wherever it's foreshadowing is like very, very simple since it's the first chapter and everything. But yes, this cover right here is going to be like a consistent theme all the way through. It's going to always have something foreshadowing certain events and stuff like that. But yes, this is cover D, $30. I'm also doing digital, which is $5 for the digital for those who want to just go the digital route. And also, when you do pre-order whatever cover that you pre-order, you will get a digital included with it. So when it's time for fulfillment and everything, a week before fulfillment and we start shipping things out, the digitals will go out first. So those who are waiting on their physical will already have their hands on the digital version of it. Then the reason why at first I was like contemplating whether or not I was going to do digital because it's the whole piracy thing. And, if people really want to support me, if people want to put it up on the internet for people to read and stuff like that. Because I mean, come on, everybody's advocate for piracy nowadays. So, but nowadays and stuff like So I was really afraid of it and everything. But what happened was I was talking to Tyler Carpenter. He's the creator behind the Girl with the Mega Fist book and everything. I've been talking with him, and he's the one that's been really, really I guess like almost like a mentor, like tell me how campaigning works and what you should do or what you should give a try and stuff like that. But he was the one that really convinced me to give it to do the digital because he does digital as well. And also on top of that, I started getting people in the comment section say, "Hey, I'm from Canada or I'm from Australia," and they from all these different places and stuff like that. And they was like, "Listen, like the shipping is going to be like ridiculous and stuff like that." And will you have a digital? I will just get the digital if the shipping happens to be too high and stuff. I still want to be able to support it and everything. So I was like, damn. And I said, that's an audience that I don't want to miss out on. So I was like, that's what really forced my hand to want to say, you know what, let me just do a digital version of VK for this series and everything. To also let people know, the first chapter is 32 pages. So it's 32 pages, but it's 28 pages of story content and everything. So yes, we were going in with that. And also want to announce too that the story arc for this one is called The Echoes of the Fallen, VK Echoes of the Fallen. This is the first arc. It's going to be each arc is going to be 10 chapters long. So this is the first chapter of 10. And another thing too is that I've written, as far as scripting, I scripted all 10 chapters. All 10 chapters are scripted. They're done. They're complete and everything. So it's just a matter of me just getting the books done. So everything is lined up and is just pretty much ready to go. So by the time January comes, when we actually do the pre-order campaign in January, because there's going to be a teaser trailer for VK sometime next month or whatever like that, and it's going to have the actual date of when we launch in January. So stay tuned for that. But so yes, by the time that launch happens, we're already going to be working on VK Chapter 2, me and my artist. We're already going to be working on it and everything. So another thing too about my books is I will not announce release dates for books until the goddamn book is actually in my hand. Once the book is in my hand, then I will make the announcement, because like I said, things happen, given a release date, and then people's anticipating, waiting for it, and then things happen, But yes, the only time I will give it a release date is when the book is in my hand and say, hey, this is the release date. This is when the pre-order is going to happen and stuff. So yeah.
Like, the other thing I wanted to bring up as far as like the campaign you want to run for the pre-orders. So are you going to do it through your own website, or are you going to do it through like an Indiegogo Kickstarter?
Kickstarter. I'm doing it from Kickstarter. I'm doing because right now, that's another thing too. And I realize I have to be realistic here. Like, I'm still working on a website. My goal was during the pre-order for Kickstarter, I was also going to have my website done and ready to go. I was going to have a Patreon that's going to be ready to go, which I'll talk about the Patreon in a bit. But the whole goal was to actually have an official website up. And after I started looking at everything, because I had to make the promotional video, the teaser trailer, it's so many things that they put together. I still had to open up a Venus and Ryan Comics bank account. I still got to open that up, all of like that. There's so many other things that I have to handle on the business side of things. I said, man, I'm not going to be able to, I have to be realistic. I'm not going to get everything up at once. So probably in the middle of 2025, the Patreon is going to be ready and the website is going to be ready, where you'll be able to go over there. And you better go to the store. I'm actually going to have a store. We'll be able to get merchandise and things like that. And also, when it comes to the pre-order campaign as well, it's going to be other perks. You're not going to just be able to just get the books. There's also going to be merchandise and perks that you can get alongside the book as well. So I can't wait to show that stuff off. My brothers Strike and Keo, them guys has been working hard because we doing everything in house. Like I said, they got a t-shirt business, Strike Keo Tees. .com. Them guys, they've been in business for about maybe 2 or 3 years now. We're stationed in Philadelphia. We got our own studio, steam press machines, and everything like that. We do hats, mugs, tote bags, tumblers. We do it all and everything. So Venus and Ryan Comics will be handling everything in-house as far as the merchandise is concerned. You can check out our products. We even have people do reviews. People love it. We work with a couple Twitch streamers and YouTubers who love their products as well. So our products is very, very high quality, legit and everything. I think the only time we probably have to rely on outsourcing is if we end up getting bombarded. I mean, people coming in just wanting to buy everything and stuff like that. And that's probably the only time we probably have to outsource.
You know what's crazy, man? What's the reality? You hit like a Von Coleman's freaking price you make on a campaign, you hit like 11K. That would be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That would be crazy. That would be great. That would
imagine $11,000 fucking dollars you'd make, and that's like what 1,500 like 5,500 backers right there. That's crazy.
That'd be crazy. We like I said. I always try to stress to everybody is that if you guys, because people been asking me, especially with my base. People saying, yo, man, this stuff looks so good, man. This stuff should be anime and stuff. And people get asking me, will you have any animated content or trailers or anything? I say, yo, if you guys want that, you know what I'm saying? It's going to cost money. But if y'all want to see that stuff, you guys have to support. Y'all guys have to support me, because my artist is also an animator. She also do animation too and whatever like that. And animation is very, very, very expensive. Like a 1 minute and 30-second animation can cost damn near $5,000 to sometimes $10,000. For only 1 minute and 30 seconds, like a professionally done, animated trailer. That shit costs money. And I would love to see my stuff animated. But as I said to you guys, if you want to see a lot of that stuff, you want to see animated stuff, you got to come out and show some support for Venus Orion Comics as well. And as I said, I'm trying my best, and this is my first time, as a beginner story writer. This is my first time publishing my first book and stuff. So I'm going to be learning the crafting of writing and storytelling as I go. I just hope that you guys come along and just enjoy it. Come with me on the journey and just enjoy the ride,
Because after this, you're going to start working on chapter 2, right?
Yeah,
so how far have you written it, or are you just not?
I'm finished all 10 chapters. The scripts are done for all 10 chapters.
Wow.
Dude, okay. I've been at work. All 10 chapters are done. By the time the pre-order campaign for chapter 1, me and my artists are already going to start drawing up chapter 2. So,
wow.
Okay. we're not playing around.
Man, I thought you're supposed to wait 4 years for quality. Come on, man. What are you doing? You ain't doing it right.
Dude, I've been behind the scenes working my ass off on this stuff. Like, it was all about money. It was all about resources, and this is the perfect time now. Like I said, I've been at this. It's going on 5 years, and now it's going on. I spent almost about nearly $50K of my own money from the course of nearly 4 to 5 years with my artists and everything. So yeah, man, I've been really at this really, really hard and everything, because I really believe in this. I really enjoy this. I eat, sleep, and dream and breathe Venus Orion Comics and my characters and my story, and I always imagine it just being in anime. You know what I'm saying? I always imagine video games, fighting games, action RPGs, all kinds of things, competitive hero like type games and stuff like that as well. So this has been my dream. I've been thinking about this. It was just a matter of don't be scared. Just take that chance. You know what I'm saying? Just take a risk. This is one of the biggest risks that I've ever taken ever in my life. Just taking that leap of faith and putting my money out there, you know what I'm saying? And just to see where the winds take me and stuff. But Venus Orion Comics, the universe that I've crafted and everything, it's just fun watching me just build this universe and introducing new characters and everything like that. Which is, I also want to show off a couple of things as well. If I'm able to pull up some stuff just to let everybody know what to expect, because as I said before, this is a shared universe and everything. So with a shared universe, there's a lot of things to look forward to as far as like characters and the story building and stuff. So let me go grab this real quick for you guys in this folder, and I'm gonna drop it in here. Let me see.
And that's what I've told people, is that if you really want to be in this space, you're gonna have to just basically put your head in the sand and just get it done. You know, like too many people are focusing on like what other people are doing to the point it's at their own detriment. Now they're not even getting their own shit done.
No,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, man. Like me. Look, man. I'm out of my business, and I'm building my own community. I'm building my own fan base and my own base, which is Venus Orion Comics and everything. I'm not worrying about what everybody else is doing, however they want to maneuver and however they want to do things. That's their business. It has nothing to do with me. And I'm not going to sit there and try to get myself all involved in other people's stuff, especially with the drama that goes on, the drama that goes along with it and stuff like that. I don't have time for it. So let me go pull this up. Grab this here. All right, bam, drop this here. All right, let me pull it up. Please, yes, hit this button. I think it's
getting ready for an epic banger, everybody, as usual.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show off some what people can expect. As far as, all right, I did it, dude. And then just click it. Okay, so yes, this is what this is right here. Yes, what you see right here, this is phase 1 of my Venus Orion Comics universe. As you can see here, the phase 1, I gave it a theme. The theme is called The Foundation. So this is essentially the comic series that you see here. These characters represent different comic series that's going to be coming out in the first phase. So with phase 1, the whole plan is called The Foundation. It pretty much sets up the foundation of the building blocks to Venus Orion Comics universe that I have established here. And each comic series is going to introduce a mechanic or a story thread that adds to the overall arcing plot to the universe itself. But the thing is, I also want people to understand is that you can just start at any series, because even though this is a shared universe, these stories are self-contained. and everything. So that means you don't have to worry about, oh, if I get VK, do I have to, if I get Ultra Squad X, does that mean I have to buy VK? No, you don't, because it's telling their own narrative and everything. But there will be some crossovers where certain characters will meet and everything. And I will offer supplementary material, which is going to be free, to catch you up on certain, important things that you may need to know before going into this crossover. So you don't have to worry about that. So I don't want this to be homework for everybody. I want you to be able to just be able to dive in and to be able to enjoy each of these different series. But yes, as you see here for phase 1, we have Varion Colors, Vampire Killers, which is VK. This is the main series. This is the one that kicks everything off. And there's going to be a lot of like really, really important building blocks, especially in VK itself. So people need to keep that in mind when going into it. And then you also have the second series, which is Ultra Squad X. Now, I also want to let you know, too, when it comes to VK, this is what you need to expect as far as like comic series releases. First series, the first comic is going to be VK Chapter 1, which I already explained. The pre-order is going to be in January. But then VK Chapter 2 is going to drop, and then Ultra Squad X Chapter 1 is going to drop right after that. So just to let you guys know, that's how we're going to do it. But VK is always going to be a chapter ahead, because that's the main series. That's the main series and everything. So yes, then you have Ultra Squad X, and Ultra Squad X is essentially my X-Men, pretty much. And these people are known as aberrants. And aberrant is pretty much means not normal. And the thing is, in my universe, and what's going on is so many crazy things happen in my universe. You got people that's coming from the stars and coming down to planet Earth and now making Earth as their home, which the government has classified them as outworlders, because these people are coming from a different galaxy, different dimension, different solar system and everything. And they pretty much like migrants, and now they're making their home here. So you have outworlders, and now you have people like aberrants, and these people their population has been growing over the course of time. So you'll be able to see how how the building blocks of my universe and how the world perceives these people and everything. So Ultra Squad X is going to be pretty cool. I have a great setup for that as well. And then the third series, because right at the Chapter 1 of Ultra Squad X, we're going to dive right into Chapter 1 of the Die Star champion, Siona, which this character right here, she's one of my favorite characters, the character designs, favorite character and everything. And I can't wait till we actually, dive into the concepts of this. But the premise of this story is pretty much that every 1,000 years is this deity that goes by the name Faustus. And what he does is he selects these different planets or different planets within a certain solar system. And each planet has to choose a champion. And what happens is they're all going to pretty much enter in this tournament. Now, when they enter in this tournament, the winner will pretty much gain access to the gates of Eden to meet the high deities, and they'll be able to be granted any wish that they so desire. Now, what happens is once these champions go through their test on their home planet and get selected, they end up pretty much beating Faustus. Faustus pretty much gives the rules and everything, and then Faustus select a planet arena, wherever planet he chooses. That's where the fights is going to be taking place. So it's kind of like a battle royale. Siona is chosen from her planet Die Star, and this time the arena that they're going to be fighting on is planet Earth. So she gets sent to planet Earth. Now the thing is, when they get to planet Earth, everybody's powers are capped; they're locked. So everybody starts off at level 1. Now the thing is, once they get on the planet, they have to resonate with a certain individual known as a dunamis. And this dunamis, it can be any habitant that lives on planet Earth. They have to pretty much resonate and link with them. They do a resonation link or a wave link with them, and then it unlocks their true potential. And then now they're allowed to gain experience points, and as they gain experience points, they're able to unlock each of their abilities as they level up. Now, depending on what dunamis they link up with, it also gives them special abilities that's tailored to their dunamis or whatever like that. So they have to choose wisely. So Siona, when she gets to planet Earth, she's going to actually team up with this young boy named this teenager named Ethan. And what happens with Ethan is he's coming out of class detention because he was just daydreaming in class, and he also likes to draw. So he draws his own characters, and one of the female characters he draws looks just like Siona. So he ends up staying. He ends up, staying after school because of detention and stuff. And on his way home, he gets caught right in between a battle of two champions. Siona is fighting another champion. Now this champion has already linked with Adunamis, but she doesn't have one. So that means she's not at any type of full power at all. And so what some champions are doing is trying to hurry up and eliminate people before they resonate with Adunamis. And Ethan sees Siona, and it reminds him of the picture that he drew of one of his characters. And then during this fight or whatever, a kid actually gets caught in the middle of the fight, and then Ethan jumps in to save the kid. And she's seen this, and she saw is she liked the heroic and courage, because especially with her people, it's all about courage and strength and stuff like that. And then she approaches him, and she selects him as her Dunamis, and she say, tap on her chest, and he's like, whoa, wait, what do you mean? Or like that. But she's like, hurry up, because the champion is coming to attack her. And when he taps on her, and them two link together, and that's what unlocks her power and stuff. So that's just like a little summary of what you can expect from the Die Star champion Siona. And then my boy right here, the next series, Neo Suit Johnny. This one right here is something I'm really looking forward to, and to pretty much just to ease you in. Neo Suit Johnny, the main character is named Jonathan Neo, or Johnny Neo. He's the grandson of Harold Neo, of Neo Industries. Now, in my universe, there are a ton of different organizations, which I'll show right here in a second. Let me go pull it up for you guys. So we can get that here. Then let me pull that down. Let me move this over here.
Man, you have everything mapped out. Holy shit!
Oh yeah, man. I don't play. Let me go pull this up. I look, dude. Like I said, when I start something, I don't stop, man. I just keep going. So this is very important. This is where let me all right. Let me just explain this for a second. My artist always surprised me. This woman is just incredible. She's not only just an artist, but she went to school to be an architect. She's from the Philippines, or whatever. So she went to school to be an architect. So what you see here is a 3D model of my city, which of Neo-Delphia. This is where VK is going to take place at. So everything you see here is in 3D. It's fully explorable in everything. So yes, the reason why I want to bring this up, and what does this have to do with Neo Suit Johnny? Well, anyway, the thing is, the name of the city is called Neo-Delphia. Now, in my universe, which I'll give you a little bit of lore building here, in my universe, 200 years ago, there was a second civil war in America, which separated America into two different Americas. You have the Guardian States of America, and then you have the Freedom States of America. Now, the Guardian States acts more like a surveillance state. Everybody has to wear a thing called a Guardian watch or a Guardian bracelet, or they have to have a Guardian app. And everybody has a Guardian score, kind of like how China has that citizen score thing or whatever like that. And pretty much everybody's under surveillance. Now, why is there a Guardian state? Well, I won't spoil anything, but this Civil War all have been broken down because something happened 200 years ago to where people had willingly given up their rights for protection because the government said they was going to protect them. But this caused a lot of friction within each state because you had some people that were saying that hell no, this is crazy. Well, you have 3 mega cities in my universe. These 3 mega cities are all owned by Neo Industries. The reason why it's owned by Neo Industries because these 3 mega cities were pretty much the battle cities where the Civil War had taken place. In you have Neo-Delphia, Neo San Fran, and then Neo York City. Now, these 3 cities had went through like a shit ton of destruction after the war because you had the people from the Freedom side, you had the people from the Guardian side, and these people begin to fight. And as you can see, the Guardian side was successful when it came to these battlegrounds in these 3 cities right here. But out of all these different locations, these 3 big cities had received the most damage. So this would end up happening. Neo Industries end up working things out with the Guardian state government, and they rebuilt these cities. Now, when they rebuilt these cities and stuff like that, the Guardian system itself is built into the city, opposed to places that's not a mega city that doesn't have this technology and stuff. People got to have an app and stuff, but everything cameras built in. Everything is built into the Guardian system in these cities. And Neodelphia, which you can hear it's Philadelphia, but it's Neodelphia, and everything. So yes, Jonathan Neo, or Johnny Neo, is the grandson of the Neo Industries and everything. And what his series focuses on, if you don't know, or I'm going to just mention it here, Neo Industries has started out as, I guess you say, a weapons manufacturing company back then. And they have built these things called cyber edge suits, and these cyber edge suits are pretty much geared for the as exoskeleton suits that you wear to go to war, and it's supposed to have pretty much give people enhanced capabilities, combat capabilities. But the problem is the suit can't move as fast as the person think. So people have to have a thing called a Psylink, which is a sideband that they wear on their head where it reads the neural waves in their brain. Now the thing is, these suits are so powerful, man. It drives soldiers out their mind. So that's why people have to take like a test, a mental stability test, to find out what their Psylink level is, and that's what makes them compatible to certain cyber edge suits. So what Johnny Neo is wearing, Jonathan Neo, the grandson, he gets into a particular incident, which I won't spoil because that's the whole premise of the thing.
Yes.
And this incident was almost nearly fatal, but it also changed his structure in a sense to where this suit don't pretty much I guess how I can explain it. It doesn't feed off of his psi level, but it feeds off of his thing called wave essence. Now the wave essence, which I'll explain in a sense, is that in every universe, or I guess you would say when you look at anime, when you look at manga and stuff like that, especially like Dragon Ball Z, when it comes to power scaling, there's always been a power scaling issue and everything. Or you see in other comic books where you got some characters just so OP, it just doesn't make any sense. Or you get into this part where you write yourself in a wall because of how powerful we made these characters. Well, the thing is, I created my own balancing, or I guess you would say power scaling mechanic called the wave force, or the wave essence mechanic, which I won't go into too much detail because VK and many other comics, I want to save that for you guys to be able to understand what it is. But that's pretty much my power scaling, my paper rock scissors type of mechanics and everything. But wave essence is the core thing that's baked into my universe. And yes, the Neo suit itself, it feeds off of a person wave essence rather than feeding off of somebody's side level or whatever. But yes, but the way that series is going to play out is going to go into more of the cyber technology and just that advanced technology in that comic book, and how the government deals with that, especially now that the Neo suit is out there. There needs to be some type of restrictions or something, you know what I'm saying? So that's that series. But yeah. But yes, man, everything that I have here, man, is something that I have established and that I've been working on behind the scenes that I can't wait to share with you guys and everything. And there's another thing that I wanted to show you. This will be exclusive to the stream and everything. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, the thing I wanted to ask you is, since you've planned out all these concepts with all these genres in your universe, which one do you think was the most difficult to flesh out? Like you had to sit on it for a few days and go, okay, I really got to hone in this.
That's a good question. Wait 1 second. I'll pull up the phase thing again, so I can be able to show you. All right. So for me, I think the one at the very end, the frequency speedster, the adrenaline. It's
called adrenaline. Okay.
Yeah, adrenaline. Yeah, adrenaline. He's a frequency speedster. Like I said, in my universe, you have this thing called the wave frequency, and what the wave frequency is in my universe. Every living being, we all vibrate at everybody vibrates at a certain frequency, and because they vibrate at a certain frequency, this is how you materialize. This is how you exist. Now, in my universe, that there is an all-power entity that governs the wave frequency. Now, with the wave frequency, you have this thing called the frequency conduit. The frequency conduit is pretty much the holder of the 6 frequency strands. There are 6 frequency strands. These 6 frequency strands make up the universe itself and everything. You have the blue strand, which is space and time, and then you have the red one, which is pretty much matter, and it goes through a whole list and everything. I don't want to go through the whole details because I want to save that for his book and everything. But the name of this character is named Elliot Chambers, and he's pretty much a police officer, or he's what what do you call those people who sketch out criminals or whatever? I can't remember the name of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of them or whatever like that. But all I want to say is that some crazy shit happened, and during this one crime investigation or whatever like that, and he gets hit with the wave frequency, and he ends up falling into a coma. And also, it's him and the villain, which is Dr. Doppler. She's going to be the villain of the first arc and everything. Both of them get hit together. They both fall into a coma, but two different scenarios happen to both characters. Elliot ends up meeting Zexer. Zexer is the physical embodiment of the frequency conduit. And now it's up to Elliot Chambers, or Zexer gave him the duty or the task to bring balance back to the universe and its frequency and everything. And that's how he get granted the blue frequency, which is space and time, which is actually speed. So he's a frequency speedster, and it's much different than your traditional speed and stuff. It has different types of special abilities and stuff, which you'll be able to discover and find out about that as well. So what made it hard for me was that the fact is that this is more sci-fi, something that I'm not really good at, or I don't really have that much interest in sci-fi. But this character, in my universe, I need that sci-fi. I need that science thing to explain my universe as well. And this character was conceptualized by my little brother, Strike. He came up with this character, Adrenaline, and it was actually his character that he wanted, because he's an artist himself. He wanted to do his own comics, but he never got around to it. And he's been doing his t-shirt company even with my brother Keo and stuff. So just like what I did with my father, for those of you who don't know, I also brought my father's characters into my universe, because my dad was an artist as well back when he was a teenager up into a young adult. He wanted to work for Marvel at one point and everything, but once he became a father, married mom, and he had me, had my brothers and stuff, he put his dreams to the side. He just let it all go. So I took this as a perfect opportunity and said, no, Dad, your dream is not over. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I bought my dad's characters, which I will show it to you in a bit as well. And I took my little brother's characters, which you'll see right here, Viper and Cobra. This goes more into the espionage or the criminal underworld of my universe with Viper and Cobra and everything. So yes, Viper and Cobra is my brother Strike's concepts and everything. And I'm pretty much, he created the foundation, and then I'm writing the story for Cobra and Viper. And I'm writing the story for Adrenaline. He just built the foundation for it, and I adopted them into my universe. So my little brother's characters are in my universe, and my father's characters and their whole entire rogue gallery is in my universe. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. But yes, Adrenaline was one of those series, and that's why you also see it last too, as well. Because when we get to Adrenaline, this is where things want to start getting very, very comic booky. Once we get to Adrenaline, because I already have phase 2 planned out already. I have phase 2 planned out. And just to give you a little idea of phase 2 as well, before we even get into that, my other characters right here, series, the Great Samaritan, which that if you guys are into politics and conspiracy theories and stuff like that, the Great Samaritan is going to be also a great book. This focuses on the nation's avatar. What is the nation's avatar? The main character is named Justin Emmett. And what happened was a war called the Vehement War took place. These terrorists called the Red Baku, they pretty much had bombed the Hall of Reconciliation. Now, the Hall of Reconciliation is pretty much a center point where both the Guardian States and the Freedom States government come together to discuss business, make negotiations, to keep things civil. Well, the Red Baku ended up bombing it. There was a terrorist attack that happened. And there's a whole conspiracy behind it. I won't spoil it. But Justin Emmett, the main character, he decided that, hey, because he grew up, strong Christian background. He always believed in standing, protecting others, standing up for those who don't, who can't defend themselves and everything. His father is a pastor of a Catholic church. His mom does communities. So everybody in the community love him and stuff. The community loves Justin as well. But he decided that, hey, I want to go fight for my country. I want to fight this war, and everything his father had told them, his father didn't want him to go, but he said, Father, how could you tell me not to go? You pretty much taught me everything that you knew, especially about the word of God and just about being a great person and stuff. And here it is, our people, America's been attacked and everything like that. It's only right that I go there, you know, and stand up for my country and everything like that. And let me just put it this way: he goes participate in that war, man, and by the end of that war, man, he loses everything. He loses everything after he comes back from that war. And I won't spoil what he lost, but I would say this: he was so done to the point where he just wanted to erase himself. Let's just say, let me just put it that way, or whatever. But these two scientists who were, I guess you would say, who was behind this project, was called the Samson Project, because what happened was, after the war, some things had leaked out as far as the formula to be able to create your own, I guess you would say, super soldier. So now every nation has access to this formula. And these two scientists in America has started the Samson Project that cracked the code to the formula to create this symbol for their nation. And that's where the nation Avatar come from. And he was looking for somebody who had good traits and good qualities. And now Justin Emmett now has a chance to take his life back. You know what I'm saying? And they go to him, and he didn't let this opportunity go away. And he took the opportunity, and he becomes the Great Samaritan, the nation's Avatar. Now, in this comic book series, every nation has an Avatar, or I guess say, quote unquote, a super soldier. So Russia has an Avatar, China, Jerusalem, Pakistan, you know, Japan. Everybody has one. And the thing is that this series will bring into the fold is, like, you know, how much power should these people have? And should the government have these people? Because these people are pretty much like, they will fight the wars, or they will decide, you know, they will settle things out through peace and negotiation and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be crazy. And I can't wait to reveal the different nation avatars and stuff like that. So yes. And then you have the 8th Omni District, Omni Protocol. This focus more on the Guardian State side.
Okay.
The Omni Protocol is pretty much these people are the enforcers of the Guardian system, of the Guardian system. As I told you before, the Guardians states are surveillance states and stuff like that. And the main character, her name is Faith Tanaka. She ends up she's called an Omni soldier. These people went through a special type of experiment. They gave them enhanced abilities and everything like that. And what happens is, remember I told you about the mega cities, Neo-Delphia, New York City, and Neo San Fran. Well, Neo San Fran has been overthrown, or has been overtaken by this group called the Rubicon Alliance. Now, the Rubicon Alliance are a group of people who are tired of the Guardian system. You know, these people are saying, like, wait a minute, we gave up our civil liberties, we gave up our freedom and everything for you guys to protect us, but the system is flawed, it's not working and everything. And remember, the Civil War happened 2 years ago. So these people in this, you know, our story takes place 200 years now after the Civil War. People don't know what the original America used to be like. But these people are now, you know, looking through history and seeing what America used to be. And they say, no, we want our freedom. So they have overthrown the Guardian system in Neo San Fran. So now what they're doing is they send in the Omni Protocol team in there, the eighth unit, which is Faith Tanaka and her team of badasses. Now they sending them in there to go after the stop the Rubicon Alliance. And there's going to be a lot of conspiracies, and there's going to be a lot of questioning. And the more so the question is Faith Tanaka, are they the good guys or are they the bad guys? You know what I'm saying? So that's where that stays at with that. But yes, this is the first phase, and this is the plan. And even though they're lined up this way, and you assume that they're going to be released in this order, it doesn't necessarily mean that. It's because my plan is depending on the success of my first campaign, that's going to determine the momentum in which I'm able to get these comic books made. Because my whole goal is that I would love for V&S Orion Comics to make enough money that it sustain itself, that will finance these books instead of me coming out of my pocket to for this. So I'm hoping with the first success of this book, of the first campaign, this will set the momentum moving forward of how many comic books that I can get done or produce all at the same time. And that's what determine that. So my goal is in 2025 is to get other artists to work on each of these different books. Because Jessica, she's going to be bombarded. Jessica's going to pretty much be doing VK and Alter Squad X. So I'm definitely going to be looking for artists. And like I said, the artists that I'm looking for are going to have to be on Jessica level or better than her. That's what I'm looking for, all quality. And going for like an anime art.
Have you thought about basically going into the same country as where you found her?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Jessica Chabibit. That's her writer name, artist name, Chabibit. I talked to her about that. She said that's something that she wants to do because she has plenty of friends. It's just a problem. The problem is, it's just, can she rely on them? Because my whole goal is like, this woman has been so good to me. Like I told her, like, yo, we in this for the long haul. And I said, when this thing becomes successful, I'm gonna take care of you. Don't worry about it. You're gonna have work. And my goal is, I want her to be like the person that's gonna be in charge of all of my artists. When it's time to bring everybody together, we have our meetings and stuff. That's where I want her to have that type of role. And everything. But yes, she said she knows a couple artists, they are her friends and stuff like that. But it's more so the matters like if they're reliable or not. Can she be able to depend on them for certain tasks or certain things that that she needs them to do what I want them to do and stuff like that. So it's finding reliable people. You know what I'm saying? Because like Jessica, she's Chabibit, she's a hard worker, just like how I am. And we have to find people who's willing to grind and who's willing to put that work in and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, you take care of me, I'm damn sure going to take care of you. I take care of everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually what I'm going to do too is I'm going to be getting voice actors to voice these characters and everything. And the same thing, if these voice actors do right by me, I'm going to make sure that they eat. That is how I am. If you show me loyalty and you do me right, I'm going to take care of you. That is how I am. That's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing goes for my artist, Chabibit, and the rest of my other artists. And the thing is, she does my coloring, she does the penciling, she does it all. She does it all. She's all in one. I don't got a bunch of different people that got to bring together and to try to make this one book. No, she does it. She does everything. The lettering, everything. Like, this woman is phenomenal. And then she whips out Neo-Delphia, which I'm gonna bring back up because I wanted to talk about Neo-Delphia for a second before I move on to the other stuff. And everything. This woman, she just keep whipping out new skills and new talent and stuff. That I had no idea that she did. Yeah. So as I said before, yeah, I said, like, holy shit, you are you was an architect? I said, yeah. That's what she did at first. Yeah, that's what she did at first before COVID came. The company that she worked for had went out of business. So she ended up losing her job. That's what made her go back to doing her art full time. And ever since then, man, like, me and her been working. It was like the stars aligned when they came me meeting her and everything. But yes, she crafted this, and she had one of her friends who's also went to the same architect school as her. She put him on board to help her fill out the rest of the stuff. Like, she worked on certain parts and he worked on other parts to be able to get it done and everything. But it's a lot of work. Let me tell you, like, when I say she's a fiend when it comes to like architect and stuff, I remember I said, yo, I want to do Neo-Delphia. This is what I want and stuff like that. She's like, okay, do you have a floor plan? I'm like, a floor plan? What the fuck? I said, like, what are you talking about? What do you mean a floor plan? She's like, yeah, you need some type of plan. Like, is it a grid type? Like, when it's built in a city or building infrastructure and stuff. She's talking from a mind of an architect. So I'm sitting there saying, I didn't think about, like, woman, I didn't think about all that. I just wanted to just draw some buildings and stuff like that. But no, she wanted to go in, like, because she loves doing architect stuff. So she wanted to go in with this. And as you see right here with Neo-Delphia, this Neo-Delphia, like I said, is a guardian state. What you see in the middle right here is the guardian tower right here. And what happens is it gives everybody the news of what goes on in this city. And like I said, the city's also the news is also propaganda as well, because they only get their news from the Guardian News Network. There's no other variety of different news stations and everything. They get everything from the Guardian News Network. The Guardian system, the Guardian government controls everything. So another thing too about that television screen, you can see it from any district that you're from. And so in Neo-Delphia, you have Civilian District A, Civilian District B, all the way to D. Now, as you get closer to D, the dirtier them districts get. So District D is pretty much like a ghetto. It's really, 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 really bad. It's a lot of shit that goes on there. District A is where like the high elite status or celebrities and most of those type of people live and stuff. And then of course, I guess you would say District B is like the middle class, and then District C is like the upper lower class and stuff. It's bad but not too bad and stuff like that.
I think I've seen Mugen Lord in chats before. I'll definitely check out your content. Sounds interesting.
Oh, thanks. And what you see here, everything that I do, everything that you see here is for a purpose, is for a reason. And what do I mean by that? When you see these logos are prominent points in my city that will make an appearance in the comic book VK.
Yeah. The thing that I like when some artists can do this type of technique like she can is it makes you feel like that world can actually exist in a potential like animated series or movie, like when you're actually reading it. Like it looks just so in depth and detailed. Like there's constant shit going on, like in New York, there's constant going through. Man, it looks great. Is there a reason for the whole full moon backdrop? You got some sort of like werewolf shit coming out eventually?
Oh my god, this dude. All right, dude, you're moving too far. You're going too ahead. So too far ahead. All right. I guess I'll break it down to you. All right, the series is called VK. Even though it's called VK, Varian Keller's Vampire Killers, the Draven brothers and Varian won't just be fighting vampires. They're gonna be fighting werewolves. They're gonna be fighting succubus. They're gonna be fighting demons, doppelgangers. They're gonna be fighting ghouls. They're gonna be fighting zombies. They're gonna be fighting all kinds of stuff. So yes, we're going into the whole folklore of a lot of things that that traditional folklore as far as monsters are concerned and everything. VK is going to do it all, but it's just the premise is just vampires. And we're going to get into the whole thing with the werewolves because I'm glad you brought that up in a second. But yes, that moon, like I said, I do things for a reason. Like everything that I have here is a purpose for this, and I'm glad that you was able to spot that out. Yes, werewolves is a thing in my universe, and in fact, they're very important to my universe. And as far as vampires are concerned, my vampires aren't just like your traditional vampires. Oh, silver and this, that, and the other. No, there's gonna be some twists and turns that makes them non-traditional. And in my universe, there's different types of vampires. And how you know what type they are is also based on the color of their eyes, as well. And I won't go into any deeper things about that because I want to save that for the book when they start breaking those things down. But yes, in my universe, especially in VK, it's not just your traditional, I'm slaying vampires. No, motherfuckers is going to be powering up. Motherfuckers is going to be transforming and stuff like that. And they're like I said, the wave essence mechanics, which brings in wave flow, wave force, and all this other type of stuff. These aren't your traditional vampire slayers. These motherfuckers got special abilities as well. And there's different types of vampire hunters or different hunters in general. So the general term in my universe for hunters are called night hunters. So that means they hunt things in the night or whatever like that, like folklore things and stuff like that. They're called night hunters. But in this case of VK, vampire hunters or vampire slayers and stuff. But in my universe, especially in VK, you have all types of different vampire slayers, but you have vampire hunting family clans, like renowned clans, and there's about 7 of them. And you're going to be introduced to each of these different vampire family clans throughout the entire series. And each clan has a specific ability that's tailored to their clan that they're known for. And they hunt specific type of folklore type creatures and stuff like that. You have one particular family, which I will tell you, the Adamson family, they hunt more so specifically werewolves and everything. They more so hunt those specifically. And like I said, some families also specialize in particular special type of weapons and abilities and stuff like that. And VK is going to open that door when it comes to that. But also, you also see in the back, you see Vossler Corp in the back where you see VC. Vossler Corp plays an important role also in my universe. Douglas Vossler, he's one of the biggest financial firms here in Neodelphia, and I would say like 30 or maybe 40% of people who are employed in Neodelphia is employed by Vossler Corp. This dude got his hands in everything. But there's a whole lot that goes into this, and Vossler Corp definitely plays a big role in VK itself. But back to that big television screen, you're able to see it anywhere in the city. No matter where you're at in the city, that's how big it is. You're able to see it anywhere. And what happens is when somebody Guardian score reaches below a certain threshold, these people get taken away and sent to rehabilitation and stuff like that. Or if there's a criminal or whatever like that, they will appear on that television screen. Your business is out there and stuff like that. So there's a whole lot of things. And the thing is, how do the Draven brothers, how do Varian and all of them, how do you navigate through this city? And you'll find out how they're able to get past a lot of this stuff in order to do the things that they need to do in VK itself. But yes, man, this
feels very like cyberpunk-esque. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Went all the way out. I love it. What other genres have I not thought about that you might be tapping into? Nothing about Westerns, right? I don't think you're tapping into that anytime soon. Right?
Anytime, like I said, I'm open to try all kinds of genres. Like I'm also working on some slice of life genres as well too.
No, you get your main female hero go through like her day to life as a barista.
So there's gonna be some slice of life stuff that's in my universe and stuff like that. So because my goal is to make this universe like a living, breathing universe that it feels real. Like even stories about regular people, you know what I'm saying, and how they get caught up in a lot of this stuff, or like how I'm able to connect it to the universe. You'll probably see a news report and say, hey, wait a minute, I know this exact event. This happened in this book. And you'll be able to see like, oh man, this is where this falls at. So there's a lot of this stuff that I'm planning with this. So another thing like I said, adrenaline kicks off the comic booky stuff or whatever. But this is where things start to really, really get.
Cyphex had a question for you. He said, sounds pretty fleshed out. Did Rippaverse help you want to dive into it more, or was this already going and now seeing others gain success fuel you to really give it a proper shot?
That's a good question. Like I said, I was working on like 4 to 5 years ago, before even Eric July announced Rippaverse. And that's why when he announced Rippaverse, I said, oh shit, he's coming out with a comic book universe himself. When he announced it, I was already working. I was already in the midst of putting all this stuff together. It's just that he got out before I did. I mean, he has to sign it.
Also, there was like $100K he already had up front. As you said before, you were doing like you were saving up your tax returns and work paychecks. Like, man, average people like us, we got $100K just in the bank.
Eric July is able to beat me to the punch to all this because he had the money that he's able to put up front to put that out. Me, I had to work on it piece by piece. You know, when the funds came in, I'm able to put this here. Because, like I said, if I had a lot of funds, I'll be putting together so many other things at one time. But another thing I want to show, let me see. Go bring this up. Like I said, things I'll say like I said before, this right here, this is where we start getting really comic booky. All right, right here is my cosmic characters. And I ain't done yet. Phase two is where we go cosmic. Phase 2 is my cosmic storytelling and stuff like that. We start introducing other planets, other solar systems, and other characters. Now, the first 2 characters you see right here from the left, you have Lazarus and then you have Princess Adax. Now, these 2 characters are my dad's creation back when he was 15 years old to a young adult. When he was working on this on the side, when he was trying to get a job as an artist for Marvel, when he was doing a lot of the fan Marvel stuff and everything, he started working on his own characters. So I thought this was a perfect time to incorporate my dad's characters into this universe. And now my dad works with me. Me and him sit down every day and talk about a lot of stuff within V&Saurian Comics, especially more specifically his series, Lazarus, Protector of the Outer Rim, which I won't go too deep into, is because this is after phase 1 is done. Once we get to phase 2, this is where you're going to start seeing.
And by that time, you and your dad would have already had fleshed out the concept anyway. Because you had said earlier, if people forgot, that your dad kind of wants to do his own thing, but family obligations and life didn't make him do it. But it's glad you're giving him a spot in your actual comic series. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. And it's so crazy about it. My dad already has a whole entire rogue gallery of villains. And he got heroes. He already does the good.
Wait a minute, hold on. A black guy successful at life and not gangbanging and smoking crack? Wait a minute, that's not how it's supposed to go. Come on, man. What are you doing here? You're doing it wrong, bro.
Yeah, bro, yes. And then the other 2 characters, these 2 characters are mine right here. We have Adam Bryce, the Valorian. That's the race that he comes from, because they call it the Valorians. Now, Lazarus and Adex, they're Solarians. They're from planet Solaris or whatever. And she's the princess of Solaris or whatever. Her name is Adex Solaris, and her father is named Solaris or whatever. So then you have the Valorians. The Valorians go to war, are pretty much rivals to each other. I won't go into the details because there's a lot of lore behind this, but the Valorians oftentimes go to war with the Solarians. And these two races are super, super powerful. I think these are my powerful characters. When I say powerful characters, these dudes, these are heavy hitters. Lazarus is a heavy hitter. Adex, she's a heavy hitter. Adam Bryce, the Valorian, he's a heavy hitter. Now, to give you some context, the other girl, Julie Patterson, her name is Mighty Girl. She's from a neighboring planet that's stuck in between planet Solaris and planet Valora or whatever. So they're like a casualty to these two planets or whatever like that. But something happens, which I won't go through the details, but something happens when planet Valora was invaded. I won't explain who invaded planet Valora, but the king of Valora and the queen of Valora had to send their kids, Adam Bryce and Adam Bryce's older brother and younger sister, send them to their sanctuary planet, just in case an invasion or something ever happens to the royal family. They are sent off to a sanctuary planet to only where the I guess you would say the royal chamber would know, or the royal council would know. They would know the location of this. And Adam Bryce was only like an infant or a few months old, so he don't know anything about his people. But as they were trying to escape in their escape pods or whatever, they end up losing course, and their pods, Adam Bryce's pod, end up getting separated from both his brother and sister. So he never made it to the sanctuary planet, but he ends up getting pulled into this wave hole, which shoots him out, and he ends up landing on planet Earth. So essentially, let me put it this way: the inspiration came from Superman. He's kind of like my Superman. He's a Valorian, but he's not at full power, and I won't explain why he's not at full power compared to other Valorians or whatever. And then, of course, you have Julie Patterson, which is Mighty Girl. Mighty Girl, at the same around after Adam Bryce get to planet Earth as a newborn or whatever like that, she comes 5 years later because her planet ends up getting invaded. And like I said, I can't spoil what this invasion is about, but she ends up going to planet Earth as well. And as I told you before, on my planet, on planet Earth is still trying to figure out how to deal with these people that's coming from different parts of the solar system or different parts of the galaxy. And they, like I said, they classify as outworlders or whatever. And she's been under the radar. Her Earth parents has been keeping her under the radar. But an incident happens to where she gets noticed by the government itself. But instead of them taking her and doing nefarious things, they said because of her unique abilities, her unique powers, they wanted to put her into the program called a Divergent Alliance or whatever. And they want her to be pretty much a metahuman or for the government to fight other metahumans or other outworlders and stuff like that to protect America and everything like that. And he said in return, they promised them full protection and stuff that they hand her over to them. And then plus the parents get to still see her and everything like that. So that was like, okay, well then Juliet pretty much left. And they end up training her and everything. So yes, the reason why she's called Mighty Girl because her race of people have this ability called might, which I won't, spoil anything. You'll find that stuff out later, but it's going to be pretty interesting. And this is not all my cosmic characters. I got a whole lineup of cosmic characters and stuff that I can't wait to show off in the near future and stuff. But yes, these are my cosmic characters: Lazarus, Adex, Adam Bryce the Valorian, and Julie Patterson, Mighty Girl.
Sci-Fi says, right on. I'll be looking to check out the first issue for sure. Got to support the independence. Says, Mugen reminds me of how a friend and I describe our random comic idea. We just drop so much lore and back details, LOL. I do appreciate people being passionate about their creations. Yeah, what I've always told people, it's much easier doing this and going over many things when the creator, like him or herself, can actually talk about their ideas and go into detail about why you thought it, where the inspiration came from. Because man, do I hate doing this sometimes where the person's giving those one-word answers. I hate it. I delete those episodes. Those episodes don't even see the light of day anymore. I'll make up some fucking lie and be like, yeah, my internet's out. Sorry. My wife is banging my brother. I gotta go beat his ass. Something
this dude, bro. No, that's the thing that really confuses me is because I'm like, dude, like bro or sis, like show your shit off, like go into it and stuff like that. Like when this is the thing, this is why I'm excited, because once the pre-order campaign go up, oh, I'll be doing a shit ton of Venus and Ryan comics like podcasts and everything, especially when it comes every time a new book drop. We're going to be doing a non-spoiler podcast about the chapter, and then we're going to be doing a spoiler podcast about a chapter of whatever book that I put out. We're going to be going in on this. We're going to be going in. Like, this is something that I always dreamed of, and this is something I always wanted to do. It's just that, you know, I just got the guts to say, you know what, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't sit back and just dream about what you should have done, what you could have done, or what you would have done, and just do it, man. And that's what I did. I just mustered up the courage, and the faith, in myself and my abilities, and also my faith in God and everything to allow me to just take that chance, take that leap of faith. And I really believe in what I made, man. I believe in it. Like I said, I eat, sleep, and drink and breathe this. So also I want to show off some other things which I want to bring up. This was go ahead.
There was another thing I wanted to ask you, which was, since people don't know this, because you mentioned in your streams, you have a daughter, she's in high school, about to graduate in 3 years. Are you going to be basing any characters off of her in the future?
Oh, she will have a character based off of her.
Okay.
She will have a character based off of her, and it's going to be interesting how I implement her. My daughter, how I know that I have something good or something that I believe is good that she likes is when she see one of my characters, her eye go like this. Because like I said, the Great Samaritan, she said, "Oh, that's my husband right there." Like that's her favorite male character in my universe. My daughter loves the Great Samaritan, Justin Emmett, or whatever like that. Also my artist, she's sipping for one of my characters who I can't who I really can't talk about yet, but she's sipping for one of the characters. She drew the character. Like, it was my idea, but she drew the character and she's sipping over this character and stuff like that. So yes, I see how my daughter responds. I love how my even my artist responds to the ideas that I have, and then once she draws it and put it out there and everything. But as I said before, Venus and Ryan Comics, man, is my legacy. This is something that I'm going to pass on to. This is not just for me. This is for my future generation. This is for my daughter, and I do want to have more kids and my future son. This is something I want to pass down to my daughter, my son, my grandchildren, and stuff like that. I'm trying to build generational wealth. As well, a legacy that they can pass on, and it'll be etched in history and in pop culture. I want this to be part of pop culture, that you can see these characters, see their colors or see their logos, and you know who the fuck they are. My biggest dream is you go to like these big Comic-Con conventions, and when you walk in, you see that big ass flag or banner, and they have like Wolverine or an anime character on it. Shit, I want to see Young Raph on there, or I want to see the Valorian on there and shit like that. I want to see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my characters,
you're gonna be doing conventions after the first book is out. Okay,
I'm going on tour next year. I already been to some. All right, like my brothers and them already go on conventions because they sell product. Like I said, they have t-shirts and they do custom designs and stuff like that. But we did some tests. We did like 5 VK shirts. Sold all 5 of them. Also, I forgot. I only have one. This is, if not done, this is like a test. This is one of my test mugs that we did that they did for me and everything for VK. And this is a test one that we did for one of our merch and products and stuff like that. But yeah, I had sold out of these at one of the conventions, and my product like VK is not even out yet. Venus and Ryan Comics haven't launched yet, and I was already able to sell some of the merch, some of the merchandise that we tested. Sold all of them. So we sold all of them. So I was like, oh shit. So I was like, because people was like really into the artwork and how I had these characters presented and everything. So that was also like a good sign, saying, okay, like maybe I do have something. And also, you see in the back the pictures and everything. These are all my characters back here as well. And what I do like is I also see in my comment section as well, where people will say in the comment section, hey, like, dude, I'm going on Google, I'm typing in Ultra Squad X and it's not showing up. Like, what Netflix series is that? Or where can I watch this anime? And I get so excited because people think it's an anime that's already out. You know what I'm saying? Or think it's on Netflix and stuff like that because they love the artwork and how it looks and everything. So I said, okay, we got something here. When people are actually trying to type it up, even when I was at conventions and when people saw my characters on these shirts and stuff, I remember one person came, a couple people came over and they kept walking by the table because they're going to get my brother and them products, but they kept walking by my stuff and kept stopping, looking at it, and then I'll see them go on their phone. And then they stopped and they went over to me and said, "Excuse me, like I'm looking on Google. I'm typing in, and like this artwork looks so cool. I'm trying to figure out what anime is this." So I said, "Okay, we got something." I said, "We got something here. We got something." And I tell them what it is, and they end up buying it. You know, they end up buying it and stuff like I said. So I sold out of my test shirts for VK, sold out of that, sold out of the mugs, and stuff like that. Even my Ultra Squad X, we sold a shirt or two or whatever like that. So just that test alone got me excited. But yeah, that's something that that I look forward to is the next year is when we do these cons. The first con that I'm going to it's in March. It's going to be here in Philadelphia and everything. And I also want to let everybody know is that when it comes to these covers, cover B, C, and D. Covered B, C, and D is only exclusive to the campaign. If you missed out on the campaign, you would not be able to get these covers. These are campaign exclusive. The only cover you'll be able to get will be the base cover because after fulfillment is done, this comic will be available at my store where you able to purchase.
Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask you next. Yeah. So before the campaign or after the campaign, you're going to have a Venus Orion Comics website so people can just buy the books. The basic covers, just in case they didn't go to the campaign. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the people don't have to worry about it. So if you did miss out on the campaign, after the fulfillments are done, the base cover will be at the store and you'll be able to get it. The only thing you won't be able to get is these special covers right here. It's only campaign exclusive. So if you miss out on these, that's it. It's only for those who really went in and say, "Hey, I wanted to show support. Here we go. This is what we're doing and everything." So I just want to let everybody know about that and stuff like that. And also some of my merch. I'm going to have merch that's also going to be in the store, but there's going to be some merch that's only campaign merch. It's only for the campaign itself. And there's going to be a video when we do the launch. Even in my merchandise is going to have a video itself breaking everything down about the merchandise. I'll be doing a separate video on my Venus Orion Comics channel, which I have a channel as well. You'll be able to we'll do a video talking about the covers itself and everything. So there's going to be a lot of content on launch day. There's going to be a lot of content that's going to be steamrolling out for you guys to be able to understand what's going on, where you could be able to pre-order, which is going to be on Kickstarter itself and everything. So all that stuff, you won't have to worry about it. I also have a newsletter as well. If you guys sign up for the newsletter, it's free. I normally send out a newsletter at least twice, or the maximum is 4 times out of a month, out of each month. But like I said, we haven't launched yet, so I haven't only been putting out maybe 1 or 2 newsletters a month. But the perks to the newsletter is that the moment new information drop, you guys will be the first to get it before it goes onto all my other social media platforms. And also that too, you get free wallpapers that people's been downloading. And I love that. Like people has been showing me their desktop with my wallpaper, and I love it. I love it. And even when I make my channel, even when my Venus Orion Comics channel, when I go watch it on my Xbox or my PlayStation 5, I just see all my characters line up, and it just looks so gorgeous on that big ass screen television and stuff like that. So that's what gets me excited and I look forward to the future. But the reason why I wanted to also mention this is that when I go to cons, even while the campaign is going on, I think the campaign is going to probably go for maybe 3 months, probably 2 or 3 months, from January probably to March. I want to make sure everybody be able to pre-order. So I'm going to keep that window big for everybody or whatever. But while I'm going on, I want to be transparent and stuff. While I'm going on these conventions and stuff like that, I will be having convention comics of the base on hand. So if you happen to see me at a convention, you can better just get it from me on the spot or whatever like that. So just let people know. I'm probably going to have 20 comics or maybe 50 on hand for me when I go to different conventions and stuff like that. So if you happen to catch me, you'll be able to get your hands on the base. I won't be doing the like I said, the other covers is only for the campaign, but you will be able to get the base cover of the comic on hand.
What's the page count and roughly the price?
Oh, all right. Oh yeah. I'll repeat the price again. The page is 32 pages. 28 of the pages is all story and everything. And also the price for the base is 15, and then each cover goes up by 5. So like I said before, cover B 20, then cover C 25, and then your cover D 30, and then digital is $5. And if you bought the physical, you automatically get a digital with it. So you have both digital and you have physical. And like I said before, it's gonna be a shit ton of merchandise and everything's that you could be able to get alongside your book, alongside the book if you like, and stuff like that. So there's gonna be a whole lot of things as well. Like what I wanted to do, which I won't be able to do, but hope I can be able to do it for the next campaign that I do. I wanted to do at least like 3D printed like figures of young Raph. I wanted to do that, but it wasn't the fact that it was expensive or anything. It was the fact it was like I had to be realistic with the time schedule of trying to get all this done. And I wouldn't be able to get that done and trying, especially after doing my research and finding the right people to get it done. It was going to take me some time, and I wouldn't have made it to January or whatever like that. So hopefully what I would love to do is each campaign do a figure of each character, so you'll be able to collect them. It's going to be very limited because stuff still costs money and stuff like that. But I wanted to do 3D printed figures of these characters and stuff like that. So that's something that I am planning at some point for future projects or future campaigns and everything. So that's something I definitely want to do. Like I said, go ahead.
No, the other thing I wanted to ask is specifically since you're focused on all of this right now, what are you going to do as far as like content creation on your YouTube channel? Because that's already like big. So
I have to continue it. I have to continue it. Like I can't neglect that because that's also my marketing. That's also my marketing. Like what some people forget is like when they start one thing, they think they automatically neglect the other thing. You can't do that. You have to keep the machine. You have to keep the
that's what guys do. They got to constantly work.
You have to do cross marketing and stuff. So like I have a platform. And like I said, I'm going to use that platform to push Venus Orion comics in my universe and stuff like that and everything. So no, it doesn't stop. When fulfillment content was slow down a little bit because I had to do fulfillment. I had to start packaging everything up and start shipping stuff out. But I do plan when I do some fulfillment, me packaging stuff up, I'm gonna do a live stream so people can actually talk with me and my brothers and my dad and us while we packing this stuff up and shipping them out. So to keep people engaged in what we're doing with Venus Orion comics. And everything like that. So no, the content have to keep on going. I still have to work on my 3D hentai business side of things. I still have to work on my YouTube stuff. So that stuff that still have to keep going while I'm doing Venus Orion comics. My dream is to just eat, sleep, and work on. That's my life. I just want Venus Orion comics to be my life, and then my other stuff becomes the complement to Venus Orion comics. That's my. That's
what a lot of people don't understand, man. Is a lot of people go, well, I have to be one or the other. And it's like, no, because if you understand that your marketing is your YouTube channel, it's like, that's technically the newest newsstand for comics right there. Yeah. So when people say, oh, I can't be a content creator, I got to be a comic pro. It's like, you could just be both. You literally just dedicate enough time to either one. It's called time management as an adult.
Bro. Like, dude, I'm doing everything under the sun as much as I can. Like I said before, man. I also want to like collaborate and stuff with other like indie comic creators and have them come on my podcast and they talk about their comics and stuff like that. And also I'm putting it out there too. Yes, Venus Orion Comics will have a magazine too. I will have a magazine, and I will actually going to feature other independent comic artists too to make sure they get their stuff out there as well. So I'm doing the whole thing. I'm doing the whole thing. When it comes to all this, I'm not playing around with it. This is something that that I always wanted to do. This is something that my grandmother always said that she said to me. I remember when I was young, she was an evangelist. God rest her soul. She passed away like a couple years ago. But I always call my grandmother the Oracle. If you know the Oracle from the Matrix when Neo was in the kitchen talking to the Oracle. My grandma was the same way. She was an evangelist. She preached at numerous churches. She'd done a lot of missionary work and stuff like that. And I always used to go to my grandmother and grandfather's house, my grandparents' house. And I always used to go to my grandmother for her wisdom, her guidance and stuff. I always sit in the kitchen while she either cooked some food and stuff like that. And we talked about a whole lot of things. But my grandparents, especially my grandmother, said to my parents, said to them when I was born. He said, "He's the one. Like that's the $1 million man right there. He's the one that's going to break this family curse and everything." And I'm starting to truly believe that because like it seems like everything that I've been doing so far, everything's been lining up, for me and everything. And when it comes to VK and when it comes to Venus and Ryan comics and stuff, it's just seemed I haven't felt so confident about something like this ever in my life. Like I feel so confident in this. Of course, I have like some anxiety or excitement or I get nervous every once in a while because this is the unknown. I'm stepping into something that I don't know what the hell may happen. I don't know what the future may hold. So yes, I had that kind of anxiety or a little bit of fear because I don't know what's ahead. I don't know what's waiting for me coming in January at all. So I'm just diving in. I'm going in just with the faith of God. And I'm just going in with faith to see where this take me and everything. So yeah, man, this is something that I'm looking forward to. And something else I wanted to show.
Sidetracks had a few things he wanted to ask, which was plenty of people strain themselves drawing their comics and helps promote their art. Like you get your artist on a stream making some new stuff and whatnot, and it helps promote. Also shows you're actually working on it and not just talking about it. Is your artist ever going to come on the stream? I don't. You said she's kind of camera shy, right?
Oh yeah, she's camera shy, but I think eventually that's going to stop because she did come on to one of my streams. She was in the chat talking with my audience. I had it about like a month and a half ago. It was a good stream. I mean, so many people came through. It was a Venus and Ryan comic stream, and she was actually in the chat. She handled the comments for me and stuff like that. People asked her questions and stuff like that. She was answering everybody in the chat and stuff. As far as her doing like a voice chat or showing herself, I think eventually she'll break out of that shyness as we start progressing and stuff. Because also my dream is too, I want to bring her to America. And when I go to these conventions and have my own panels, I want her to be there. I want people to see the woman behind the work. You know what I'm saying? This great, awesome artwork and stuff. So I want people to be able to meet her and see her and stuff like that, and meet that she's going to have fans. I want her to see her fans as well. So that's something we talked about, and she's excited about. She do want to come to the States at some point as well. Depending on how successful this get, it may be even sooner. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we both talked about and look forward to in everything like that. There's something else I want to show. I was working on some auditions, some stuff. This is something that's like it's work in progress. I think it would be something pretty cool for your audience to be able to look at or whatever like that. It was a great audition. I did this about 2 years ago, but this was something that I wanted to work on because I wanted to get like the tone of characters and stuff like that. But I'm going to bring it up, and I took some inspirations from something that you guys would probably be familiar with. So let me pull it up. Let me see if it comes up.
You can do a camera view of just working on it and not show her maybe just her hand or whatever. But those little things help for sure. Good Lord. What if she's like Mrs. Chang from the Venom movies? That would be hilarious. Oh, gosh.
Wait, hold on 1 second.
We're fine. What
here
is
we go.
going on with Twitter these days?
All right, I'm bring it up. I'll put it over here on this screen so you guys can.
Yeah, always, man. Show pride in your work, and people tend to gravitate towards confidence. Yeah, it's what you have to do. You know, there's plenty of people I had on over the years where, you know, if you're not even excited about your your project, and like, why should I be? You know, because you're the main driving force of it. You know, there are people that are literally just like charisma vacuums, and it's like, oh God, those are so bad, man. I hope people realize sometimes maybe someone isn't interested in your work. It's probably because they didn't enjoy your personality or didn't feel like you gave them enough to really get excited for it too. Because, you know, a lot of, even more so based on Marvel and DC, like when you're in the indie scene, what you have is your personality to basically show people to get invested into your work. Like if you don't have that, then what the fuck else do you have? Like,
I'm like, man, I might sell your shit, man. Sell it. You gotta sell it. All right, cool. Let me bring it up. All right. Yeah, I'm like, sell it all. You gotta sell it, man. You gotta sell it. You gotta sell yourself when it comes to this stuff, man. All right, cool. All right, so let me know if you can
looking at the arcade in the background. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. All right, go ahead. See if you can hear it. Can you hear it too?
No.
All right, let me see. Is there a particular thing I ought to bring up? because it's a video.
Yeah, it should be the same thing. You share your screen and hit the audio button. It should just be that.
Oh, is that hit the audio button?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Give me a second. Okay.
Yep. No worries.
All right. Share screen. Bam. You said hit the audio button. Share audio. Hit the share tab on the screen instead. Okay.
Don't worry, everyone. As you're watching this, we will be live at 8 p.m. PST for the Wednesday show because we do streams on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. And it's Thanksgiving tomorrow, which I don't even celebrate holidays. I come home and fucking die being tired. It's so man, I work 7 to 3, and I'm not getting off until like fucking 3:30. Getting home, fucking, I'm passing out immediately, or I'm just gonna stream. And then I'll just invite my wife over, or, because, she's Tyrone the most of the day. It's all good. It's okay. But no, it's my only day off, man. So I'm trying to make sure I'm just resting, I'll get 2 days off until next week. This holiday season we're in. So we're deep in being busy at work.
All right. There we go. So, all right. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's going to come up. So this is a little something that I did about like 2 years ago. That you'll be able to see what I did.
Oh.
Marcus, I have arrived here at the rendezvous point. Where is your current location?
I'm just outside your current position. Stay put.
Hey, yo, it's fucking awesome.
I'm on lookout in case anyone enters the facility.
Good, now listen up. Here's your mission briefing. Around 12 a.m., there will be a cargo shipment of a new ego drug called ID dopamine.
ID dopamine? Let me guess. Thornton Pharmaceuticals are the suppliers. Am I right?
Well, you're only half correct. But check this out. There's another player involved and you won't believe who it is.
It would be kind of funny if you said it was GAI, the makeup company or something.
You're not serious, are you?
No fucking way. I was only joking when I said it.
I received a tip that Genetic Advancement Industries is funding a shit ton of human-enhanced drugs to release on the black market.
Viper. Can you believe this? We've purchased most of our foundation from their store chains.
Cobra, that's not important right now. It appears that everyone is in bed with a red band network these days.
But it gets even more interesting. There's rumors that Volsor Corp is somehow involved in all of this.
Well, they are one of the biggest financial firms in Neodelphia. But it's weird that a Guardian State corporation is doing business with a Freedom State industry.
So, how dangerous is this drug?
I was just about to get to that. After receiving the details, it appears this drug unlocks a psychotic power based on the user's personality and makes him into a metahuman for a duration of time. If this seeps into our communities, many innocent lives will fall victim to its effects, and we cannot allow crime organizations to get a hold of this ego drug.
Okay, so the truck will arrive in 20 minutes. If this drug is as dangerous as you claim it is, then we should expect some of the best security protecting the shipment.
This sounds like a job that Corbin Strife and the Mad Jack's mercenaries would take up. Right, Viper?
I doubt it, Cobra. The Mad Jack's mercenaries have been staying low ever since Corbin had been taken down by that guy in the Neo suit. He's locked up right now, so we are potentially dealing with a wild card in terms of professional security.
Well, I guess we'll have to be on guard then, huh?
This is going to be fun.
I'll provide cover if things get out of hand. Good luck, ladies.
Roger that.
Roger that.
Yeah, so that's it with that. But so I just wanted to have yeah that was my brother's characters, Viper and Cobra, which is the Viper and Cobra series that will be part of the phase 1 of my universe.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for coming through, man. So yeah, man, that's part of that was just like a little something I wanted to test out. I wanted to start seeing like how I can bring these characters' personalities right, looking for the right voices for these characters and stuff to get these characters' personality and everything like that. I just wanted to have fun with it. And these two young ladies that I work with, they was incredible to work with. Even the young man that I work with as well, who did the voice to Marcus Higgs and stuff like that. It was just fun, man. This is stuff to look forward to and different things that I want to do with Venus and Ryan Comics and my characters, and to also build on as far as lore is concerned, even with free content and stuff for people to be able to digest and everything. Because I know that when it comes to this type of stuff, not everybody's into comics. Some people are into audio type things or animation and everything. So I want to be able to cover all bases when it comes to Venus and Ryan Comics, to be able to bring in everybody, and everybody can still be able to come together and and share what they enjoy about the universe that I have crafted together.
On the last few things I'll ask you before we head out in here a little bit is, besides Venus Ryan Comics, is there anything else you have planned going at the end of 2024, going into 2025? You want to let people know about? You have magazines, comics, basically audio content to bring your life to your universe more. You have conventions planned. You're still going to do content. There's basically nothing you're not doing.
Yeah, man.
The question is what are you not doing is the thing. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. I'm just grinding, man. I'm just grinding. And as we getting closer, like I said, January is it. Like January is where everything's going to launch. Like I said, when the teaser trailer for VK drops, sometime in December, it'll give the actual date of what day in January we'll be launching, and where people can just go to the Kickstarter and start pre-ordering and everything like that. So people will find all this stuff out. And right now, me, my brothers, my dad, we all coming together. We coming together, planning out the tiers within the Kickstarter itself. We plan all this stuff out now, especially especially tomorrow, since everybody's gonna be home and everything. We definitely planning all that stuff out and getting ready for it. Right now, like I said, there's a presentation that's going along with this, and I can't wait to show you guys this presentation. I put a lot of work into this. But there's some things that I have to film. Now I'm going to different locations that needs to be filmed on location. So I won't be doing that starting next month and stuff like that. So once I get all that done, then I'm able to put the rest of the presentation together. And then, I'm going to pray. Pray for the best, man, and see where this is going to go, man.
Yeah, because that's the thing about life people don't understand about men. There's always conversation about women. I know you have them a lot too with girls on Twitter, because anytime you say the stuff you do, you're a misogynist. So guys now, literally, you could be like, hey, I want to have my own business and get a wife and kids. What the fuck? Women you'll never understand, man. A guy, the best thing you can do to not be sad or depressed is work.
Yes.
That's it. The goal of getting money and working hard, like days, when I wake up at night to go to the bathroom, I can't even go back to sleep sometime. I got to get on my computer and start working on something.
Yeah, I try to tell my audience, because since my audience is, I do have a female audience, but most of my audience are males. Yeah, and I always try to tell my male audience that, man, you have to understand, you got to understand your worth, you got to understand your value. We were designed to work, men. Yeah. We were designed to work. We were designed to build. That's what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to take that youthfulness, you got to take that energy, man, and put it into something. You got to put it into something. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these young men are depressed. I understand why they're depressed. I understand why they're upset. There's a lot of things that they're going through. There's a lot of them don't have their fathers around and stuff like that. And then, of course, you got society telling them they ain't shit, because they're male and stuff like that. But still, as a man, you got to get up, man. You got to grind. You got to hustle. You got to become the best version of yourself. And that's why I hope that what I'm doing, that I'm being an example for those who don't have the answers. I hope that what I'm doing, that people see this and say, you know what, if Mugen Lore can do it, then maybe I have a chance. Maybe I can do this myself and make something
to add to your point. No one's this is gonna sound kind of mean, everybody, even to most guys. No one's trying to hear your sob story. I get it.
No one.
Yeah, no one. I get it. Everyone has tragedies. I've had people die in my life, and I've had bad things happen to me.
Look,
but you got to just get up and push yourself through it. That's
I'm trying to tell, especially as a man. As a man, no one gives a shit about you. No one cares about your feelings. It's the truth. As a man, they don't want to hear shit. And no matter people may think it's sexist or whatever like that, women don't give a shit about your plight either. They want to see you perform. They want to see, because like I said, you're the provider, you're the protector, and these type of things. Women look to you for security and everything. They don't give a fuck about how depressed and how upset you are, because the moment you show a sign of weakness, then she start to lose confidence in you, because like, yo, if he's folding under pressure and I'm the feminine one, it's in my nature to act to act this way. But if my man, or if this man right here, who's supposed to be the provider and protector, if he's crashing under pressure, how do I feel safe? So women don't care either about how depressed you are and how upset you are. They don't care. They care about their survivability. So if you fucking up, that means they're in danger. So they don't really care. So it's the same thing with society. As men, don't look to be rescued. No one is going to rescue you. No one. And as a man, you have to learn how to survive and go out there and fend for yourself. That's how it is as a man. You look at what they did with the Spartans. How the Spartans treated their kids and stuff like that. You either go out there and you sink and swim, or you just die with like that. As a man, that's why fathers are important. Fathers teach their sons that. They equip them for that. They show them the harsh reality of life, that life doesn't give a shit about you, and you have to learn how to get up and stand up on your own 2 feet. Some people call it toxic masculinity and stuff like that, but it's not toxic masculinity.
They want dudes basically to go to therapy, be on their phone all day, tweeting, talking about their feelings, and it's like, ain't nobody got time for that shit.
No one don't.
Yeah. And then they're about to be mad at those men for being broke. It's like, that's what you want out of them. But that's the thing, is they want you to do that so you could just be fucking some crazy mentally ill weirdo that's broke. But the thing is, most women don't even want that shit. And the girls will lie so much, man. The girls will be like, I want my guy to be so hard on his feelings and shit.
And I said this in a recent video where I talked about in one of my YouTube videos where they did a study and they found out that women also love sexy characters too. And what the feminists found out, because it was a feminist who tried to prove the whole thing that men are sexist and stuff like that. They found out that the men were more like they weren't judging that woman or selected that woman based on how sexy she looked. They still look for how capable she was as a character, especially in a fighting game and stuff like that. Where women were only going for the most sexualized character. And I say that to say this: women, wherever they say, their action says the opposite. Because like I said before, women only say things that is politically correct. Because like I said, as a man,
know what you're saying. Women say stuff that sounds good on the surface. That's it. Because they're all appearance based. Women are just hypocrites, just by nature.
Yeah. Never listen to what they say, and just never listen to what they say. Look at their actions. Look at their actions. Let me tell you.
Whatever happened to the old saying? Actions speak louder than words. Women don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you this. Like, even when I was with my baby mom and stuff like that, she, she used to tell me about her last boyfriend and how he was like, and this, that, and the third, and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I'm not that guy, this, that, and the third. And she want me, and the thing is, she's like, I want you to do this. I want you to be able to spend time. I want you to be able to do this, that, and the other. So I end up bending to her, giving her what she want, and that actually turned her off. Or like that, when she was the one that wanted me to do these things. I want you to spend more time doing this. I want you to do this and that. I'm like, okay, because if I don't do this, I'm a shitty boyfriend. So let me go do these things because this is something that she wants. So I cater to her, but then she doesn't like that. That turned her off, and then she started saying that, how come you're not the guy that that I fell in love with and stuff like that? I'm like, what are you talking about? Because she liked that confidence, or the thing where I'm like, it's, I'm out there go getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How can your man go out and go get when you want him underneath you? And now that he's underneath you, you don't like that. So that's why I said, like, women don't know what they want. Don't listen to what they say. Just do the things you gotta do. That's why with me right now, I date here or there, or I have my little, flings here or there with women, but I'm not in a committed relationship. I'm not in a relationship is because the reason why I got this far with being surrounded comments, because I have no woman in my corner. I have no woman behind me right now.
You got to ignore them thoughts. I know people don't like Andrew Tate, but he put out one of those Facebook reels. I watch them sometimes. You got to ignore women. Women, actually, it's funny. Women will come to you when you have money and you have something going for yourself. That's that. Even if you're not like rich, women for some reason they're attracted to a person that's already complete or working on getting.
Because women love the spotlight. Like I'll give you a perfect example or whatever like that. See, the thing is, a lot of dudes, I know some guys experiences, like a guy, he meets a chick, he really likes her and stuff like that. They hang out together, they get to talking and everything. He finally grew some balls. asks her out. She turns him down. I only see you as a friend. Yada 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 yada. Right?
Yeah.
Then one day something a miracle happens. He ends up actually getting a girlfriend. He actually ends up meeting another girl. Now, this girl's attractive. This girl's beautiful and everything. And I always I experienced this in my life. I know a lot of men experience this in life, that they find it so strange that the moment they decide to get a girlfriend, then all of a sudden the girl that turned them down, all of a sudden,
now
they want
what
you.
they can't have.
Now they want you. But this is the thing.
Yeah.
The reason why is because when they see you with this other girl, especially don't let her be attractive and look better than her. She looks at that girl and say, wait a minute, like this chick is bad as hell. She looks better than me. Or whatever like that. What is it that she's seeing him that I didn't see in him? You know what I'm saying? So now she said, okay, I must have missed out on something. I need to know what it is about this guy that I turned down, that now a girl like her is with him. So that's why now she wants your attention. She's trying to get your attention and everything like that. And I'll tell fellas, ignore that shit, because that's what ends up happening. Because the moment I met my baby mom and me and her started dating, now all of a sudden, all these girls started coming out of nowhere. All these chicks sort of just, the pussy just coming out of nowhere. I'm like, where was this when I didn't have her? Where was all this at? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. See, the girl, a woman, it's a social status thing when it comes to the whole mating game and stuff like that. Like women, like I always tell guys, when a guy, if you want to break a guy's confidence, a woman insult a guy, all a woman gotta do is call him a virgin, or you get no pussy, you get no ass. Because a man is valued by how many partners or how many women that he can slay and how many women he can get. That's why women will go after a guy who got a bunch of females around him. It's just like when I used to be a security guard, I used to work security. It's this one guy that fucked every chick on my shift. Every chick on my shift. And the thing is, this one chick and then I was with my baby mom at the time.
Yeah.
This one chick comes to me and kept asking me, do I like because she was new to the job, and she kept asking me about if I knew the guy was like that. I was cool with him, but me and him was like buddy, but I was cool with him and stuff like that. And she was talking about it like she thought he was cute. She wanted to get with him and stuff. And the thing is, I'm not going to knock his game off. I'm not going to tell him what he does, that he is sleaze and shit like that. That ain't none of my business. I want no man coming, hating and knocking my game. So, but she already knew from the rumors, and she already heard things that this dude fucked every girl on the ship. And despite her knowing that this dude is a dog, she still wanted him because all the girls wanted him. And that's what girls are attracted to. When you got something going on, or you appear to have some type of social status or clout or whatever like that, women gravitates towards that shit. Cause that's your market value. That's how they value. Yeah. They value based on your social status and
or your status.
Yeah. Women, what they say? You have to be the guy that guys want to be and women want to fuck. And that's what makes you desirable to a lot of these chicks out here. And I know it sounds artificial, it sounds shallow and shit like that, but that's how it is. And like I said, I've been with plenty of women, and I noticed that. Like when I was in high school, a lot of girls ignored me or whatever like that because I played video games and loved anime. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff like that. A lot of chicks ignore me, but the thing that really started bringing chicks in is when I started rapping. I was in a rap group. I started freestyle. I used to do battle rap, and I was killing it in school in battle rap, destroying dudes. And because I rap and I'm rapping over instrumentals and I'm freestyling and stuff like that, and chicks just started coming in because now everybody's crowding around me. Dudes, the popular guys, they want me to start hanging with them and stuff. And the moment that I started getting that spotlight on me, then all of a sudden all the girls start running up on me and stuff like that. It's because it's the spotlight, it's the social status. And that's the thing about guys, about men. You guys, if you want that type of attention or you trying to achieve something, you have to put the work in, you have to put the effort in. Don't worry about trying to get a woman and stuff. Work on yourself, because that's a byproduct. You working on yourself and bettering yourself. A woman is just a byproduct of that. And my thing is if I don't get married by the time I do become successful, because I'm that confident in myself that I will become successful at some point in my life. If I don't get married by that time, but before I get successful like that, I ain't never getting married once I become successful. Never. Because at this point, it's as a man, you have to be careful. I can't remember who said it, but women or like I said, women are seen as sex objects, but men are seen as success objects.
Yeah.
And once you become successful, that's when the women start coming in. Women of a higher caliber. Some women that you never thought that you would be able to ever obtain. They start coming in and stuff, and you have to start to wonder, like, are they here for me, or are they here for my success and what I can do for them? So you also have to you have to be able to navigate through that, and it gets harder as you become more and more successful. And even though I'm not successful, I'm starting to see some of this stuff now, especially on social media and my DMs, because they look at my profile, they see the attention that I'm getting, or they see that, oh man, he got a t-shirt business company, a t-shirt company, or he's going to these cons, he got a crowd around him and stuff like that. So you already got women coming in, hey, what's going on, and this, that, and the third and stuff. And I'm looking like, okay, what the fuck does she want? You know, like I never. She been on my friend list for about like 2 years and shit like that. Haven't said a shit.
Yeah.
Haven't said a word to me. Why is she now all of a sudden? What's going on? What the fuck does she want? You know what I'm saying? She, because I guarantee you, it's not because she wants to get to know me. It's most likely that she wants to. It's what she can try to get out of me and shit like that. Or what I can do for her. So no, that's why I tell you, fellas, you got to be on your mission. In order to be on your mission, man, you have to cut out a lot of distractions and stuff that's in your life in order for you to achieve greatness and achieve the things that you're trying to achieve. And I learned that every time I got into an actual relationship with a woman, all my progress stops because she wants everything to be about her, or I have to spend time with her. Women, no matter how you cut it, women cost time and women cost money. I don't care how much how much she says she's a good woman, how much she says that she's this, that, and the other, that she's not like the rest. Women want time spent with them. Women wants to spend money. That's what women do. There's no ways around it. Now, there's some women who have different degrees and tiers of how much time they want from you and how much money they want to spend, but all of it still boils down to the same. And I noticed that all my friends around me, once they got into committed relationships, their drive and everything has been going. Because most of your time is trying to maintain her.
Yeah.
And
women are literally attention sucking.
Yeah. Attention vampires. Attention vampires.
At some point, women will be like, oh, I left you because you were boring. And it's like, boring? What the fuck are you talking about? What?
Yeah. Even my baby mom said I was boring. Because she said I was boring because all I do is grind. She wasn't the type of chick that wanted to see me grind and shit like that. And then when I do cater to her, that still wasn't enough. That was never enough. And that's the thing. That's where I had the issues is like, all right, I give you what you want. And now I need to go back and I need to do this over here. And now you see it as me being an asshole, or I'm neglecting you because I'm trying to grind and do the things that I need to do. But I'm like, wait a minute, I gave you your time. But when you give them too much time, they feel entitled to your time. And the moment you don't give them the time that you've been spoiling them with, they see it as neglect. And then they find some way, or they'll use that as an excuse to go out and cheat. Oh, because you wasn't spending enough time, or you wasn't paying attention to me. I don't got time for that. It's like babysitting a child, and I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just been, ever since I just been on my own. And every once in a while, I'll have a friends with benefit here or there, or a fling here or there with like that. But other than that, no, I'm not staying committed to anything. I'm grinding, and because of that, that's why Venus Orion Comics is a thing. Like I can't believe it. Like the comic book is actually in my fucking hand. Like I look at it every day. I open it up every day. I look over it, read over, and I say, I can't believe I did it. But I wouldn't have got this far if I had a girlfriend. I wouldn't have got this far. You know what I'm saying? I would not have gotten this far because, like I said, this is my job. Like I'm self-employed. This is what I do. I do YouTube. I do my 3D hentai, and I'm working to build Venus Orion Comics. Now, if I had a girlfriend, she would have told me I had to get up and get a fucking job. You know what I'm saying? Like and if I would,
or they wouldn't see what you're doing as legitimate. That's not a real job, and it's like, fuck?
Yeah. So guess what? To appease to her, because bills need to be paid and stuff, I would have to get up and get a 9 to 5. If I get up and get a 9 to 5, I won't be able to do this. I'm spending more time trying to pay bills and cater to and try to satisfy her, and then this takes away from what I'm doing. So no. So the reason why I'm able to do this, that's why I love my father and everything. This is my father's house and stuff like that. Me and my brothers live together, and my daughter lives here and stuff like that. I pay no rent. The only thing I pay around here is my bills. And if there needs to be things in the house like bread or food or other things, I pay for those things and stuff like that. That's the bills that's my way of showing appreciation to my father of like that. Because my father believed and said, why would I charge my children rent? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all dudes are on the crust of something great. I need y'all guys fully thinking. I need y'all guys to be doing I need y'all guys to be making moves. And how can y'all make moves if y'all gotta work a 9 to 5, busting your ass, just trying to pay me, trying to give me rent? How can you ever make any moves? No, y'all need to stay here as long as you can. Stack your money, because once you leave, I want you to be able to leave, and the door is always open. But as a father, I want to be able to make sure as men y'all able to leave, and y'all never have to come back because you're secured. And my dad made it that way, and because my dad was able to make it this way, that's why I'm always here grinding and stuff like that, making money and doing the things that I need to do. And because I'm making this money, I was able to get my daughter through private school and do all these other things, and now work on Venus and Ryan comics and stuff, because I don't have that burden of paying rent and all these other things. I'm able to sit here and do these things. But if I had a girlfriend, she's going like, you need to go get a fucking job, or we need this, that, and the third. Then I got to work a job, work a 9 to 5, and slaving at a job that I do not like and everything like that, being fucking miserable, and then trying to cater to her just for her to still not be happy, and still for her to still walk out and go somewhere else to find somebody that's better, or who she think is better. You know what I'm saying? So no, so that's why I'm glad. Like, I thank my father every day, man.
Yeah, having a strong male lead is something that women just don't understand. Like, and I'm not knocking like single moms, because sometimes there are certain guys out there, unlike your dad, who just ain't shit. There are some guys where you literally can't. I can sympathize with that sometimes. Like, maybe they thought they chose a good guy and he just isn't shit. I can understand that. But when a single mom doesn't understand, it's like not having that father figure in their life. That's going to be a problem that does end up having an impact. Yeah. You might not notice it up front, but having the less income there is going to make you go through harder struggles. That non-male figure is not going to be able to help the kid, girl or boy, when specific issues come up, because there's specific issues your daughter can talk to you about.
Yeah, exactly.
What specific issues she can talk to her mom about. That's why you have that dynamic there. But just with one, it's not going to work.
And what people don't understand about a father, see, the mother is more important in the earlier stage of a child's life. The father comes in, his real importance really come in is when they hit that preteen and they hit that teenage. Because that's when the father starts showing them and start teaching them and preparing them for the realities of the real world. Teaching them accountability, teaching them responsibility, and all those things for both a son and a daughter. That's when the father is super important. And a lot of those kids growing up had missed that part or that stage of development in their life. And that's what the problem that I had with a lot of women that I met. A lot of them didn't have dads. A lot of them had daddy issues, and a lot of them got jealous of the relationship. My dad is my best friend. That's my homie. Like, my dad is my homie. Me and my dad talk every fucking day. Me and my dad hang out every fucking day and stuff like that. And a lot of women that I've been with couldn't understand that concept of a father and son. Like, damn, like, and a lot of them got jealous of that. So like, you always talking to your dad. You always with your dad and stuff like that, because that's my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dad or whatever like that. I wouldn't have it any other way. And my dad, I wouldn't be the man that I am if it wasn't for my father and stuff like that. And a lot of women don't understand that concept because they don't know what it's like to have a father, because the father wasn't in their life. So that also brought a lot of problems in everything like that in my relationship, because a lot of them were like envious. And like my baby mom, she even admitted to me that she was jealous and envious of me because of I had both my mom and dad. I got along with my brothers and sisters and stuff like that.
What's up, LG? Two black guys and one.
What's up, LG? Yeah. So a lot of them were jealous of that because they didn't understand the concept of a family and everything like that, because they come from broken homes and stuff. And they made me pay for it. Those women made me pay for it. They took it out on me because they didn't have those. They didn't have that in their life, and I paid, and they made me pay for it and stuff like that. So yeah.
But have you ever noticed this in life, as you've been alive as long as I have potentially? It's like an unspoken rule that it's forbidden to criticize women. Women are supposed to be like these perfect specimen that can't do no wrong. It's like, how do we even grow as people if we can't critique one another?
What I hate about this whole thing, and this is the thing. The thing about what's going on, because I'm going to answer that, but I wanted to build off of this for a second, is that our whole life, women has been the center of discussion and societal issues and everything. Women has always been in the forefront of that. Even when you look at television, women had their own talk shows talking about them as women, their struggles. They talk about how men ain't shit and all these other things. Now we live in a social media era where now we got into a point where now men are finally speaking up and talking about their plights and everything. And here's my thing. the thing that makes me that makes me mad about women is that when it comes to double standards, I'm okay with double standards because men and women are different. It's just that simple.
That's what I said too. Yeah,
yeah,
we're not
I'm
equal
okay
and
with
we're
that.
not the same. Yeah.
But what pisses me off about a lot of women also want the benefit of it of double standards while at the same time be a victim to double standards as well. Women want to talk about that they're independent, that they're strong, and they don't need no man, this, that, and the other. But then at the same time, when she meets me and when it's time to go on a date, she still expects me to pay for everything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she wants to be independent. And if you ask her to cook you a meal, then she look at you like you crazy and say, I'm not your maid, I'm not your slave. But then when it's time to go on a date, to go out to eat, then she looks for me as the leader to make the decisions, and she looks for me to go out and court her and pay for those things. Like you can't like what's going on here? And this is what pisses me off. Like I'm okay for women having their double standard and stuff, but you can't at the same time benefit from it and then bitch about it at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to tackle to your point, which is I'm a little old school. I'm fine with the girl having their own job and their own money. That way you want to ask me, you're independent in your own lane. Like let's say you go to Walmart or a gas station, you get your own shit. You don't even gotta call me. I actually like that in women. That's one thing from that feminist. I don't mind women having their own job. Like what's wrong with them having their own cars? And that's cool. But the problem with dating is the thing that no one really brings up though. Because people don't listen to this. If a woman has her own job and shit, okay, let's say you're about to go on a date like you just said. I don't have access to that money, but they want access to your money. You see how weird that is?
Bro, all my old, it's what the old heads always said to me growing up. Like my money is our money. Her money is her money. And women always try to say, well, when you get with me, I got this, I got this career, I got this, that, and the other, but none of that money goes to me. You don't have access to it from that. I have no access to it. You got access to my shit, but I don't have none of that access to what you got. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand the dynamic between men and women. Men, we share our resources. That's the whole point. We get these resources so one day we look for a wife to be able to have a family with, and I share those things with her. Women are not resource sharers. Women consume. That's why women are the biggest consumers when it comes to products. When you look at marketing, most of it's catered towards women because women consume. Women don't share fucking resources. Women may get upset if women happens to run across this or whatever like that. They can get upset all they want. It's the truth. Like women don't share everything. And the biggest thing that will also prove this too is also when it comes to Father's Day and whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when Mother's Day come, the father get his wife like bouquet of flowers, probably and all these other things. And fathers always talk and they made a meme out of it. When Father's Day come, all you get is fucking socks and shit like that.
Back.
That's all the woman gets.
Christmas coming up, since we're doing this episode around Christmas time, the mom and the kids get everything. The kids get the presents. The dad, he gets a fucking a hug and kiss from the mom for providing that Christmas. He'll get shit. Maybe socks. That's if you're lucky, you get some socks.
Or on Father's Day, they give him some tools. Oh, y'all just want me to fix shit. You know what I'm saying?
The wife might maybe take you out to a dinner. What the fuck?
So. That's what I'm talking about here. Women don't share fucking resources. Women take resources and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's etched in us as both men and women. That's how we work and shit like that. So now that women got the right to work, she still go by her biological setup. Where I'm working and stuff, but I also still take resources and shit like that. I don't give that shit away. and that's how it goes. That's the thing that upsets me. When it comes to that, women talk about how powerful and empowered they are, but then at the same time, they want to use, the double standard to be a victim and stuff. And that's why I call out this shit. I say, yo, this is some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want you don't want gender roles, but then you want gender roles when it's convenient for you. Because if
that's what I've told people too, man. Because the thing in life now is that it's now it's apparently it's the thing to criticize women. It should have always been a thing. There's so many more fucked up things like family court bullshit, child support, alimony, all of that. And people always ask like, why aren't dudes getting with girls long term? Well, just keep in mind all that shit we just talk about relationships. Girls are more on birth control now because they're just fucking everybody. If they get off of that, there's studies to show that they might have not ever been attracted to you the whole time you're in a relationship. So you're dating a fake person. I'm pretty sure you heard of that.
I heard. I was laughing because I'm like, I like god damn, like
imagine how deceiving that is. Someone only wants to be with you because they're on some pills. That's horrible. Yeah. That's bad.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing about all of this. That's the thing that I take gripe and take issue with like that. You know what I'm saying? And then women want to abandon their femininity, or women want to abandon their roles as a woman and stuff to chase this messaging that's put out there. And all it did was set women up into a trap. That's all it did, because now you have more single women than ever before, but there's more virgin men than there are virgin women.
Too. Yeah,
there's more virgin men, because like I said, there's dudes are not getting laid. Either dudes are walking away, and as I said before, women are sleeping with a small pool of men. And the reason why that's the case is because of social media. Social media gave her access to as many men as possible. Because remember, us growing up back in the day before social media became a thing, everybody, even including our parents, even our grandparents, women only had the selection of what was available in her community.
Probably and that's how that was more attractive.
Exactly.
They got married, like your dad did, had a wife, had some kids. But now, you know what ended up happening, man? People don't understand. The whole women will lie to each other so the one of them can one up them, so they can look like the more attractive one of the group. That's all the whole feminist movement was, because it was just a bunch of older, ugly women telling the younger, hotter ones, "Hey, no, do it this way. This is the new way women should be." All of them are now fucked up. I hope the switch goes up in their brain to know that they were lied to. Actually,
yeah. Well, the thing is, the reason the switch will go up, the pendulum will swing back the other way, and the only reason why it would swing back the other way is when women are feeling it now, but it's going to get to the point where women are no longer they're no longer having that convenience anymore. When things start becoming inconvenient for them. As far as, because right now there's a bunch of videos where women are crying saying that like I can't afford to pay bills, or I'm slaving at a job. Yeah. They're and they're alone. And the thing is, a lot of these women are struggling. I said you wouldn't be struggling if you had a man. If you had a man, or you had
that was the biggest lie, that they could get up. They don't need a man. They can do everything by themselves. The problem here is based off what we said equal, like earlier about women. We're not equal. We're not the thing, guys. Women are literally creatures that are focused on attention and touching and arousal and all that stuff. So not having a man or any emotional feelings to something is detrimental to them. Like they literally almost can't function without it. Essentially,
yeah, exactly. They have to have it. Like I said, like I have a daughter. Like and the thing about having a daughter, man, like I'm seeing everything through the female lens. Like even having a daughter, like my daughter, she loves attention. She wants daddy attention every chance that she can get. If I wasn't on this podcast, my daughter would be in my room right now, because she just loved to be underneath me and stuff like that. But even while I'm working, my daughter would just knock on doors. She would come in, Dad, how does makeup look, or how do I look in this? Like every 5 minutes, she wants my approval, or she wants my validation. She wants to try to get it every chance she get. So I said, look, I'm her father, and I'm in her life, and my daughter wants my attention 24/7. So can you imagine how a woman or how a female is who don't have a dad? It's that yearning for validation, that yearning for attention is off the charts. Like Vegeta would say, it's over 9,000. It's over 9,000 for a woman who don't have a father in their life. I'm her father. And my daughter wants constant attention. She wants my attention 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Like I cater to that attention. And I always want to make sure that she got what she needs and stuff like that. But yes, I can only imagine how these women feel, or what they're going through by not having a dad in their life. And men like me, I suffer for it, because I've run across these daughters, who didn't have a father in life, and I suffer the consequences for it because they didn't have that in their life.
And some of them, I can't even really blame them, because they got told all this nonsense when they were young, and they didn't understand how the world works. And by the time they did, and they realized the whole light bulb went off in their heads, too late. People don't understand. In life, the common misconception and the lie they'll tell you is you have infinite time. It's actually a lie. There's only certain things you can do in pockets of time where if you don't realize and grasp it, it's too late. There's a concept of, what's the saying growing up? It's too little, too late. Yeah. Or have you noticed this with women too? With that, a girl, a fat bitch, will have like 3 kids, and then by the time they have that third one, they'll be like, "Well, now it's time for me to settle down and get a man." What the fuck? Are we living in reality?
Yeah. Because the thing
your value is gone at that point. I'm sorry,
because
that person who told you your values there is lying to you. Your value is gone.
Oh yeah, they always, and that's the problem. This is the thing that's going on. Why women are more so delusional? Because, like I said, women are suffering from main character syndrome. Women believe they're the main character.
We were watching into building like some anime hero on the music.
Yeah, women know, but I'm telling you the truth. Women think they're the main characters of every fucking thing. They think everything revolves around them. And like, sorry, babe, like you're not that important. But women always call them. I never heard the word narcissist a long time ago. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? But women is the main one that keep throwing out. He's a narcissist. This and the other. But women felt around that they're the narcissists. They're really the narcissists and whatever like that. They think they're the main character. They think everything revolves around them and shit like that. And they don't see the picture through the lens of other people. They only see what matters
or
to them.
Or they have to always make something about themselves. You know, you're having a conversation with a bitch, they're always got to make it about themselves. Even when they're not the focus ever.
Yeah. That's why even women that I had like intimacy with, I never share my problems with them. I never share it with them because I learned my lesson not to do that. Because when I do share my problems with them, for some strange reason, they turn it about them. I'm like, wait a minute, like I'm trying to share something with you. How is this about you? How is this about you? This is about me. How is you making this about you? So then when I do get upset at that, now they get upset because I'm upset at them. So then I find myself apologizing to them when this whole thing was about me. I'm like, that's the crazy thing about it. So that's why, and women always say, how come, if men they open themselves up or express themselves more? No, y'all don't fucking care, because this is what I learned. And I don't care how many women who say it. When a man opens up to a woman, she may not do it now, but get into an argument with her or get her upset or have something that really pisses her off. She will take whatever you said to whatever insecurity that you have, she would throw that shit back in your face when she needs it. Women do that shit. So that's another reason why men don't express themselves, because of shit like that. Men are more, our feelings are more fragile than women's, because women, they feel. That's all they do is feel. Yeah. Women emotions change like the weather. 1 minute they feel this way, the next minute they feel that way. They're more in touch with their feelings. Our feelings are more fragile because our feelings get criticized. Where we get really, really criticized. You're not. You looked at as a pussy. You're a wimp. You all kinds of other things. And then don't let women see you vulnerable. Then women definitely steps on that shit. Yeah. So that's why we protect our feelings even more, is because we're men and whatever like that. We have to guard that. We can't show our insecurities or vulnerabilities.
And then women do that critical shit of like being like, man, why don't men talk about their feelings more? Because women can't grasp these concepts. Men, unless you're a straight up homo or you're a fucking troon or some shit, most average dudes ain't sitting down on a fucking table and talking about feelings. If dudes are sitting down on the table, they're either playing cards or smoking and doing something more entertaining than that. I don't sit down and just talk about my feelings. That's gay as fuck. That's the reason why the world stinks. People want to sit and talk about the feelings. Fuck your feelings. How about we work on getting something better done? Okay, maybe you messed up as a day doing something as a job as a man. Okay, I want to hear how you're gonna do it better next time. Let's work toward the future. Women are trying to sit down and have dudes in this soapbox. I'm not trying to do that. I really don't want to. I don't even care about that shit. Like, if something bad happens to me, you know what? I think about it. I'm like, okay, I'll just try to do better next time. It's all you can really do, you know?
Yeah, man.
Dwelling on it doesn't change it.
Exactly. Yeah. And like I said, you being a vulnerable man, sharing your insecurities to your woman or to a woman, that dries them up fast as shit. That dries them up fast as fuck. They get turned off so damn fast. They act like they don't. And if they don't at that time, over time that happens, because they end up finding another man who appears to be more masculine than the current man that she's with, who's constantly talking about his problems and his insecurities. Because like I said, when he's insecure or when he's vulnerable, she don't feel safe. That's in her. She doesn't feel safe. If my man, I chose him to be the protector of me. If he's not functioning right and he's constantly down, then how am I going to feel safe? How can this man protect me? That's in her. She's going to do that. So that's why I don't listen to women when they say, "Oh, I want you to be able to open up to me. I need you." No, that's a trap. That is a fucking trap.
The last thing I'll ask you, man, before we out of here, we had a great time talking, man. It's always a pleasure. The first appearance was, I told you, man, it's gonna be an epic banger. I don't fall for that new age bullshit where if you call out women, you're a misogynist. It's the same thing with the whole Disney Plus MCU shows, like that kind of shit.
Oh,
Like the
God.
reason why they call people that is because they're trying to deflect away from the actual
Exactly.
shit going on. All that, just when someone calls you, just ignore it because they're just trying to push you away from what's actually going on. Last thing I ask you, man, is do you have any shout outs you want to get to anyone in particular and anything else you want to say before we end the show?
I guess next week I'll be uploading a new culture war topic. I'll be covering this DEI initiative called Bridge, which that's what they're turning DEI into, because the term DEI is causing so much poison. It's a poisonous term, so now they're just masking it as this term called Bridge, which I'll be covering in that video. So that's be something interesting for people to go check out. But I guess I would say just shout out, to my brothers, and shout out to my boy Leon with his podcast, Cassie Cage, LG. Also Tyler Carpenter, indie comic creator of The Girl with the Mega Fist. I shout out to him because, like I said, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even know what to do as far as the whole campaigning side of things go. And stuff like that. So I really appreciate that. And as I said, man, shout out to you too. You doing your thing and with your channel and everything. I wish success. Wish some success for you as well. And yeah, man, thanks for having me on to the platform to be able to talk more about Venus and Ryan Comics and everything. Also, I'll give you my link tree for Venus and Ryan Comics, so for those who may be interested and wanting to check out my Venus and Ryan Comics YouTube channel, and also my Twitter, my X, my newsletter and stuff like that. So I'll get the link and then you can share it with everybody and stuff like that. For those who may be interested in the campaign and stuff, just join the newsletter or just stick around my social media when I actually start the launch. You'll be in the know as well when it comes to that. So here's the link. I'll put it in our, there we go. So you can be able to share that. Oh yeah, and then my brother's t-shirt company. For if you're a content creator, or an indie comic artist or writer, or you got your own indie comic thing going on, we also, like I said, we do merchandise and stuff like that. So we can do your whole paraphernalia and everything. So you can check out Striking Keel Tees, and you can check out my link tree for Venus and Ryan Comics, and everything like that. And also my Mugen Lore channel. So if you want to go check out my Mugen Lore channel, I'll give you that too as well. So
hell yeah, man. Got this all bookmarked, so I can start sharing this stuff on Twitter and everywhere else too, whenever I get that chance. Yeah, just want to say thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and we will see you guys later. Have a great night, everybody. See you guys later.